G'day everybody, welcome back to another live watch along the channel. I always seem to mod up my words when I say, g'day everybody, welcome back to another live watch along the channel. It's a bit of a tongue twister, but great to have your company, lads. Friday night football, nothing better, as we do say. Sydney versus the Bulldogs. This is a game that can have its close encounters. I suppose the game early in the season was a bit of a write-off, given the Dogs out that night and we smashed them by over 10 goals. But it's a lot more different tonight because the record between both these teams, it's usually quite close. I think they were saying on the broadcast earlier, it's average margin of like 16 points. And we've had some close games between the Dogs for sure. 2023, John Longmire's 200th game as Sydney coach. We were in a tight one when our season looked at the crossroads last year too. There was a cracking contest back and forth. Joel Frazier kicked 4 goals. I think he had a pretty solid night that night too. Yeah, there can be some close games between these sides, even in 2022 when we lost one, narrow one. That was the week after. Yeah, that was the week after Buddy kicked 1,000 goals. So, yeah, this is a side that loves to get up and about against us. A very good team, the Dogs. They've been inconsistent though this season, and yes, they've been hurt with injuries, and so are we. To be honest, we're copping a few role plays here or there, but at least Goulden's back in. I think that's an inclusion that will certainly help us for the long run. Let me just adjust the audio so it's all correct. But yeah, they've been a little bit up and down, the Dogs, but when they're up and about, when they get their pressure and contest game going, geez, they're good. They've really improved in the clearances numbers-wise as well the last 5 to 10 weeks, and that's, yeah, obviously one of their strong suits. And the band's starting to get back together for them. 𝐓𝐴𝐴 getting into this squad now after some concussion problems, and Richards and Bont, players that can always hurt us. I wonder if Jordan will get Eddie Richards. Usually does that, given it's a sort of similar matchup, body size-wise, I guess you can say. It's not like he's going to Bontempelli or something like that. But these are players that can have some big games against us, so we've got to try and quell their influence. Quite a amount of changes for us too. So McDonald injured, but apparently precautionary. So that is good. Laddams, something happened with him, but I probably would have assumed maybe he was going to be dropped anyway. Grundy's back to the solo ruck with. I think McLean's probably better as that second ruck. He can chop out pretty well, but he's pretty much to force him with Joel Amani's injury and McDonald as well. Riley Bice, I probably would have persisted, but yeah, his turnovers were quite bad last week. One of his poorer games for the season. Rosa simply just hasn't been good enough. That's definitely fair enough. He's been, just hasn't shown much of a presence these last few weeks. Wick's injured as well. Geez, that's a bit of a blow too. But Rampy, I think some of our better defensive games this season has been with him in the side. So it's great to see him return for the first time in a while. Some, younger small forwards of Corey Warner and Hadley do come in. I would have liked to see Jevon Philippou get the chance, or perhaps Totoli, but even Coody's been smashing it out, to be fair. He plays a lot more on the ball. But yeah, Corey does come in, and Hadley, I always like this lad's ticker, so hopefully he can bring some much-needed forward half pressure. Kyle comes in, so he'll continue to get some AFL experience, the youngster. Roberts returns after an omission, and then as for the Dogs, just the one out, Riley West drop. Cody Weightman comes in after getting managed with some VFL minutes, and yeah, it's good to see Cody Weightman back too, returning not so long. I think his first game back was against the Saints. Was it? No, that was a few weeks ago, I'm pretty sure. But all's in readiness, ladies and gentlemen. Friday night footy. Second versus 8th, though. Yeah, Sydney, it's more they want to get their game in good order against these top 8 sides rather than must-have results. It's okay if we drop this game, but for the Dogs, they just have to keep winning, especially with their percentage of 92.8. That is the 5th worst percentage in the league, and they sit in 8th position, so there you go. They usually say percentages are your best indicator on how you're going. They've had a lot of close wins, and they definitely have the capabilities of pulling in a close one here. But hopefully going well, lads. If you've just joined, welcome. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. That would be heavily appreciated. And the sport doesn't stop, of course. Back to 9 games this round. The buys are finished. And Socceroos tomorrow morning. Oh, geez, 4 a.m. I might wake up at 5 and just start watching it from there and catch up, I suppose. Because, 4 a.m. Maybe I do. But anyways, lads, Sydney versus the Dogs. Friday night footy. Frazier starting in the middle alongside Heaney. Grundy, he's been a little bit out of form. Hopefully he can have a big night tonight. We're underway at the SCG. Heaney gets first possession from a Grundy hit out and instantly tackled from Joel Frazier. We'll have another ball up here by 20 plus. We'll see what happens, mate. But yeah, our form as the season's gone on hasn't been great. I know we've been winning, but the numbers wise and just with how we're playing hasn't really been good enough. Anyway, we get the first inside 50 through Lloyd. McLean almost took the mark. Curnow, nice roving. And he's going to be pinned on the ball there. He did go for a stiff arm attempt, so it's going to be Selwood's free. having a good year, Selwood, the Western Australian. Mid-season draft last year, he was a player that Dogs fans really rated and probably could have gotten a debut later last season, but no, debuted in round 0 and hasn't looked back, really. Yeah, could go either way, Andrew, mate. Welcome, mate. Fraser gets the clearance. Under this one is Cunners. Geez, Will Lewis really crushed into his back there. And yeah, Lewis has also built into his season really nicely. Started off a little bit patchy, but yeah, I think he's growing by the week. And the mature age key forward. And he's similar to Paddy 𝐼𝐵. Yeah, he gives a bit of lip. 𝐐leary, that's a nice win in the source. And he'll just hack it forward here for another repeat entry. Deep to the pocket, 2-on-2. Curnow, McLean, maybe at the back for Doss. Oh, Hayden McLean with a soccer. How about that? That's the fastest he's ever moved in his life. Oh, do I bring out the turtle gif again? Oh, geez, that's wrong. Okay, I'm going to have to change those animations. Just bear with me a sec. I've got to change those. I felt like I was forgetting something when setting up the stream. And there it is. That's obviously the Brisbane Lion colours, because obviously the last stream we did was Lions versus the Swans. So let me just change those around now. We've got the first. Well done, 𝐐leary. He basically just ripped that off Bont's mitts. Hacked it forward to a 2-on-2 dangerous ball. And we get a goal from it. Western Bulldogs. There we go. That should be good. Right, we'll take it. First goal of the game. Grundy and English go out of the middle. Tap out from English finds 𝐓𝐵𝗹. And he shifts the hands to Fraser. And they'll get the centre clearance here, the Dogs, and the inside 50. Somebody slipped over there. Looks like it's Rampy, but he recovers well. Gets a possession in the back half. Across now to Matty Roberts. And will jug this kick nicely to the wing. That's some good use there from Roberts. And now Lloyd plays on. He's overtaken, I think, Ryan O'Keefe in the all-time Swans games list, which is, how about that? And I think he's only about 15 games away, Jake Lloyd, from topping the list as the most games played by an individual at the SCG. That's a pretty cool stat as well. Yeah, no, given Lloyd debuted as a 20-year-old, it's even more special how it goes to show his consistency and durability. Grundy hit out only as far as Bailey Dale, tackled well from Charlie Curnow. Got to try and keep Bailey Dale quiet. Lovely footballer, of course, and he can have his big performances. Grundy with the hit outs. Cooper Hines in there. Tackled from Jordan. And we'll have a ball up here. So let's see some of these matchups. So we've got Robo around the ball. Heaney, of course, in there. James Jordan. Is he on Bont or is he on Richards? I can't actually see. No, yep, he's on Richards. He has been on him the last few times, and there you go. He's on him again tonight. Rowbottom rips it, but loses possession. Bont, clean pickup. Now to Eddie Richards. One of their better users in the team. How's the kick, though? Not great. Roberts should have marked the pill. Kennedy flicks it back over the top here to Norton. He drops his lollies, and that's probably going to be ball, but he did well, Norton, to break free the tackle. And that's why we've got to be good tonight. Sticking these tackles, too many, especially in the back 50 last week against the Lions. They were able to get those offloading hand passes out, which led to goals. Really need to bring the pressure tonight. Fraser now in midfield, takes the mark, and can load up inside 50 here for the Dogs. Croft had a bit of a fly, so strong in defence. Mills shifts some good hands to Warner. Out across here now to Matty Roberts. Lloyd holding his width nicely on the wing again. But Roberts just wants to go right down the middle. It's not the most advantageous kick for McLean. He just spools it towards the boundary, and that will do. Get a stoppage here up the ground. Score prediction says Ian, I've gone the Dogs with a close win. They've been able to pull out some of these close wins, and again, these games of the SCG can go either way. I'm not so sure about our form in the minute two. We definitely look gettable, but yeah, the Dogs have also been inconsistent as well in a way. So we'll see who gets it done tonight. Well, we've started well here, setting the tone. Been able to defend a few of their high entries well. These from the couple they've had. Another ball in here. Yeah, hopefully, Andrew, mate. We'll see what happens. You know, it'd be nice to see a statement kind of win, but a lot more worse than if we drop this game tonight, I suppose. Gordon inside 50, unable to win it. Forward of the ball. 𝐐leary some nice pressure there. Forced a bit of a miss kick from 𝐓𝐵𝗶, but it will actually suit quite nicely here to Bailey Dale. He's on the run here. The All-Australian from last year hits it in board. Croft, I don't think he was expecting that. Clean hands from Rampy. Gives it now to Heaney. We've got some runners here. Out across to Blake. He had a great game against the Dogs last time out. Lowers the eyes to the pocket. That's a great kick for Charlie Curnow. Oh, when you get Nick Blake in those sort of kicks, kicking scenarios out the front, he can be dangerous. That's a beautiful kick. Catching Charlie Curnow in stride. And yeah, this guy's been in good form. I know he's a very highly reputable player. And plenty of talks about him, but he's been competitive. It's not necessarily the goals, but getting up the ground. Took quite an amount of contested marks last week against Brisbane. So let's see if he can snap this around the corner and get our seconds. Charlie around the corner. And he's got it. That's good stuff there from Charlie. And we've got the first two. Well, they'd like to have that one back, the Dogs. It seemed like a good enough kick from Bailey Dale, but Crofts... I don't know, he sort of lost it in the lights. I don't think he was expecting that. It looked like he sort of lost his balance, Bailey Dale, there when he kicked it. Let's see again. Yeah, I mean, actually, you know what? I think he meant that kick. I mean, that's what Bailey Dale does very well. He's unlucky there. But there we go. We swarm on the turnover. And this is where we do our best football, off the turnover. And yeah, beautiful kick there from Blakey. Into the pocket. Beat out 𝐓𝐴 𝐿𝐼𝐻 there. Good stuff. All right, first two. We've seemed to have sometimes slow starts to the SCGs, and it's actually been a while since we played at the SCG. First time since the Saints win. All right, Charlie Curnow, he's up and about. Ball back in the middle here. Lob in the ruck. Sanders in there too, and Heaney has a fumble. Now the Dogs get out the front. Bontempelli for an instant response, but he's put it across the face, and he's actually kicked it out in the full. Usually a lot better than that, Bontempelli. So Curnow, third in the Coleman. Obviously prefer a flag over a Coleman medal, but goes to show his production from a season-old point of view, being pretty good given he's third in the Coleman. 40 goals. Logan Morris second with 41. Ben King first with 43. And, of course, Ben King, Gold Coast, yet to play this round, so that could be added. Ball in. So Sarong, he's, looks like he's basically on the wing tonight and dropping back into defence like he did with that inside 50 entry earlier. So yeah, Jordan now on Bont, so it looks like Richards, I'm assuming, maybe on the bench. No, Richards is on there, so it just seems to be a bit of a... All right, now he's gone to the Richards, starting on him and then just shifts onto him. Richards now, tackle well from Jordan. Ball in. Yeah, no, he's been good, as we said, but before, Andrew. Even 3 goals last week. I know he kicked a goal in junk time, but... Given the service we had going inside 50 last week, he did pretty damn good. Lob against Grundy. Lob gets the hit out. This one will find the boundary again. We'll go again. So yeah, Dogs, of course, got a good record here at the SCG. The last 2 games they've played here, they've won. But we had to lose to the SCG this season too, so a few interesting stats there. As they win the clearance here, Richards, not a great ball. Bit too low, bit too cute. Roberts picks it off. Now Cunners flicks the quick hands over here to Callum Mills. So in defence tonight, Mills, as he was more in the midfield last week. Last 2 weeks, I'd say, or last 2 games. Given we had the bye in round 15, excuse me. Jake Lloyd on the wing. Just going to go long down the line here towards a contest. Not really much down the line, but McLean will get to the contest first. Hamlin will get to the contest first. And obviously, given the injuries we have, there we go. Hamlin is starting for tonight. Handy depth, Joel Hamlin, of course. Lob, Grundy. Grundy gets sort of a hit out there as he's tackled from Lob. And he tackled from Luke Kennedy. Yeah, youngster, of course, for the Dogs. Luke Kennedy debuted not long ago and starting to get some game time. A highly rated inside midfielder for the Dogs and been very good at VFL level. Sanders now bursts his way through and he goes backwards to go forwards. The kick's not great. Blakey should have just grabbed it with 2 hands. He comes crushing back the other way. Sheldrick the source gives it to Chad. A high left foot kick. Will just travel 15. Selwood probably should have taken the mark, but good follow-up work to Richards. Now to Sanders. Has a bit of a fumble. Lloyd will get this one. Out to Jordan. Just jams a hand pass forward out into space. It works nicely for Chad waiting on the outside. Now, can he hit up the kick well enough? No, he can't. Look like a bit off the side of the boot there from Chad. I suppose we can give him a mulligan given his form as of late. He's been fantastic the last month, Juddy Warner. But yeah, Hamling on a short lead there. Oh, geez, that's an interchange infringement there. We're lucky that wasn't a 50-metre penalty then. We saw it last week in the Hawthorn Giants game. Chad basically, oh, that's a great tackle from 𝐓𝐿𝐷𝐪 holding the ball. Not really much Richards could do there. Ran into a roadblock there of 𝐵𝐶𝐿𝐷𝐪. But yeah, Chad entered the field of play not through the interchange gates. And when you don't do that, it's a free kick to the opposition and a 50-metre penalty. But they just didn't see it. Sarong attacks this contest okay. Have it where we want at the forward 50. Good tackling pressure from Robertson. Cleary. Ball up here again. So another ball up here. Lob, Richards. And he'll clear here for the Dogs. But we're set up well in defence here. It's only as far as Callum Mills. He flicks the hands across now to 𝐶𝐬, the boy from Wagga Wagga. Towards half forward. It's not a great kick for Cleary, and that's going to be front on there against Cleary. Free to Nick Caulfield. Yeah, a bit of a strange kick there from 𝐶𝐬. Very shallow entry and, you know, clearing as your marking target. Probably not the greatest. And he was out of position there too. Anyways, down the line the Dogs go. Caulfield against, English against Mills. Mills does well to hold out English, and we'll have another ball in here, centre wing. So English pushing forward. Good tackle there from Goulden on Sanders, umpire's ball. Lob hits it down. 𝐓𝐿𝐷𝐪 cunts in there again. Don't think 𝐓𝐿𝐷𝐪 was too bad last week against the Lions. I know his kicking wasn't great, but was able to win a number of times at the source. And you've got to have those types of mids, the ones that can extract it out in your team, of course. Another ball up here. Quite a amount of stoppages and ball-ins we've had to start this game. Not so much free-flowing, but Sarong does well to get it out. 𝐵𝐴𝐾𝐻𝐿𝐷𝐪, just a split second too long there, but he does well to get the kick away. Cleary hunts a ground ball well. And good repeat effort there from Caden Cleary as the ball will find the boundary again. So Jordan on Bontempelli here. And then it seems like he sort of switches onto... Well, he did that with a ball up early before. He'll switch onto Richards. Anyway, hack forward from Grundy. Dale able to break free of a Cleary tackle attempt. And now across here to Riley Sanders. Has a bit of time and space here. Takes a bounce and will now go inside 50. Who does he find? Mills couldn't spoil the Will Edwards marking attempt. Well, he did well there. Oh, it's a bit of a mismatch, to be fair. Mills against key forward there of Lewis. I suppose he's an undersized key forward, but did well there. Was just able to hold out Mills. Just couldn't get that ball through. Yeah, that's a good mark. Well, let's see if you can kick this. Left foot up. For the Dogs, first of the night. He's hooked it across the face. So that's the first score for the Dogs, but just the minor. So Blakey to bring it back into play. A bit quiet last week, Blakey. Inboard now here to Callum Mills. And, you know, these back half turnovers also been an issue for us as well. So quelling those as much as we can tonight will be handy. Now 𝐶𝐬𝐷𝐪. Oh, he's done too much there, Cunningham. He just got the hands out for Sarong. And as well, he just hacks it forward there, Jai. Inboard here to Goulden, out to Chad. Oh, here we go. He's in stride here. Chuddy Warner takes two bounces. Good acceleration, pins the ears, goes deep. But he just couldn't find Jake Lloyd out the back. Minor score it is. Well, as well in there from Jai Sarong. Just had to hack it forward and he found Goulden in the corridor. And, well, there was Chad Warner waiting in the wings, burst his way through. Just couldn't find the goals nor a teammate though. Connor Butterick will clear the 50 here. Looks like got some numbers in the air. Mills the big spoil. And it's actually going to be a free to Will Lewis. So another disposal here for the left footer. And all right, no, we're giving away 50 here by the sounds of it. Okay. Well, lack of discipline there. But to be honest, probably not the worst 50-metre penalty because they were sort of out anyway. I mean, Edwards probably, Lewis probably has the distance here anyway, but let's see. Well, he's actually going to lower his eyes inside 50 here. And he can't quite find English on the full, but he gives the hands to Luke Kennedy. He jags a dribbling attempt forward, but that goes just for the minor score again. Oh, the 6 flag. Not sure what you mean, Peter. Sex flag, is it 𝐼𝙗𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐸's face or something? I gotta love Hingster. Cunners now out across here to Callum Mills. And now inboard here to 𝐼𝙗𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐸. Well, this is what we did actually quite well in the first quarter against the Dogs last week. Remember the first 10-15 minutes we were controlling the ball well, uncontested marking style, and then that just faded away. And to be fair, the Dogs this season have actually given up a lot of uncontested marks as a side. They sort of allow you to kind of do this, and then they do more of the defending down the line. Edwards' kick, well, it's actually a nice one there to 𝐻𝐸𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐸. Works it backwards here to Corey Warner. So a few of the youngsters combining here. Lloyd inboard here to Jordan. He's got to be quick. Does well. 𝐻𝐸𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐸𝐿 now. In a bit of space. Go for goals, Tom. No, he's going to go for a snapping centering ball. Not really an advantageous kick to any tools, but bit of chaos ball here. Rowbottom won't mind it. Umpire's ball. All right, we have it where we want it. 4:50 stoppage. Well, he's had a few marking attempts. Croft just can't hold on in the minute. McLean hit out. Selwood tackled. Umpire's ball. McLean with a hit out. Cleary tackling 𝐼𝐻𝐸𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐸, but 𝐼𝐻𝐸𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐸 gets the hands out, and now 𝐵𝐿𝐿 will just hack it on the shoe and clear the 50 here. Kennedy couldn't take the mark. They've got the outnumber here, though, the Dogs with McNeil. Couldn't get a clean hand pass. Sarong had some good contested hands. Across now to Mills, to Chad. Trying to find some space. Goes back here to Cunners. Has a bit of toe, the old man, on his left shoe. Goes back inside 50 here. They've got the numbers in the air, the Dogs. Bramble ground level. Tackle well from Cleary. And it's going to be another ball up here. So we're getting quite an amount of forward 50 stoppages here. Just can't find a goal from them. As I'll get another clearance here, the Dogs. Sanders, that's some nice evasion skills. A bit of a dirty ball coming out. Kennedy, not the cleanest hands. 𝐷𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐸𝐿 hunts the pill. And, oh, geez, he's absolutely bullied there. But we do well to sort of at least get the ball out. Ball to be won here. 𝐿iberatore, there we go. Clean hands to Sanders. And Jones can't hold on to the mark. Well defended from Dane Rampy. Well, it's been a good start, getting the field territory. And there you go from Kennedy. He did the Toby Green. He extended out the boot. Luckily, that didn't make contact with Sarong too much. Otherwise, I think that would have been a free. Kennedy is going to do the hit-out work here against McLean. McLean does get the hit-out, though. And this one finds a boundary. Got an early tip. This year's flag is the Dogs of Brisbane, Sydney Hawthorn. I think, I think naturally we're still one of the favourites given we're currently sitting on the top two. Again, I sort of have to see it to believe it if we are to win a premiership. But yeah, Brisbane, Geelong will be around there too. I do marvel what Free are doing this year, but they're a young team. If they are to get a Geelong or Hawthorn come grand final, geez, that's going to be a big test. But they've really ticked every box this season, and they're looking like a solid size in all facets. So, there's a few teams in the hunt for sure. 𝐼𝐻𝐸𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐸 takes a cracker of a contested mark back to the footy, ladies and gentlemen. How about that? Against 𝐵𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐸 there. Good old-fashioned one-on-one contested mark, holds it firm to his chest. He's going to go over a snap shot here, even though he's pretty much in front. Oh, he's good from the snaps, I suppose, so let's see if he can kick this. Around the corner from Charlie. And he's got it. Well done. Well, we got the first three. That's handy. Started well here. 3 goals, 1 play, 0 goals, 2. An early tip for this. Oh, no, sorry, I already read that. But yeah, I think Hawthorn around there too. They've got a few outs, though, the Hawks, heading into tomorrow's game against Melbourne. No Nick Watson, and I don't think Josh Buttle's making the trip down to Tassie either. Well, Charlie's had a really good start, looking dangerous already, 2 goals. But, they're sort of highlighting Hamling in this replay here. He did well to sort of hold off O'Donnell, not allow him to arrive as the second man to spoil. So well done there from Hamling. So I got the first 3. So ball back in the middle. McLean Chan got a boot on it. Just a little kick forward. Roberts sweeping hand pass into some space. Inside 50 from it. 𝐼𝐴 does well to get the live floating hand pass out to Lloyd. Across here to 𝐼𝐴. Snap around the corner. Cutting 𝐼𝐴. He just cannot hit the scoreboard, this guy. There's just something with his goal kicking. But he started pretty well, Caden. Applying some good pressure. Getting his hands on it. Tackling. Bramble now, the former Hawk. Oh, geez, that's a bit of a risky kick. Drops it short for Croft, but they do well, the Dogs here, to make it work all, but well defended there from 𝐼𝐴. How about that? Picked off that hand pass, and now we go back the other way. 𝐿𝐷𝐿 to Chad. Check side ball. Oh, wow, what a goal from Chad. Check side from that angle, I tell you. That is pretty special. For a second, my mind, I'm like, why is he going for a check side there? Well, bang, well, at the first four. Well, that goal, right from 𝐼𝐴. Again, he's done some very clever things, and he's shown some great flashes, I think, 𝐼𝐴. Granted, he hasn't got enough of the ball, and still don't think he looks completely ready for AFL footy, but geez, he shows some good flashes from what he's shown at AFL level. But how about that? That starts with a 𝐼𝐴 intercept there. Work the hands, and yeah, I mean, the Dogs look absolutely lost at sea there. All their numbers are at 4 to the ball off that turnover, so it's another goal from turnover. We're capitalising well off their mistakes. Let's see Selwood. Yeah, just a bad hand pass there for Rich as well. Red from Kyle. Corey. 𝐿𝐷𝐿. Chad. Goal. Jeez, that's a pretty tidy finish. 𝐴𝐥𝐝 likes it. So first for the game. 4-2, play 0-2. Ball back in the middle here. Grundy with a hit out. Down here to 𝐿𝐷𝐿, and we get the clearance. Oh, jeez, what on earth was that from Gus? Bit of a dirty old ball. Dale has to flick it back the other way, but it's another ineffective disposal. Golden out across here now to 𝐴𝐴. Shifts the hands across here to Tom Hanley. We'll get another inside 50 here, the youngster. High ball towards the pocket. Hamling maybe takes the grab. Beats out 𝐵𝐿𝐿 𝐼𝐴 and gets to the drop of the ball first and takes a nice chest mark. All right. Well, this will be a tricky one for Hamling. Not the most prolific goal kicker. To be fair, in VFL level, he's a very good goal kicker for us, so it's nothing unfamiliar for him. But in AFL level, it's a bit of a mystery. Oh, but he hits the post. Unlucky. Tricky one to convert, to be fair. Bailey-Dale now. We'll bring it back into play. And we'll off this one towards Bramble halfback. So last 10 minutes, 7-2 inside 50s in our favour. Bramble on board here to Riley Sanders. And now out across here to Liberatore. And there we go. There's that pressure number, 216 to 186 in our favour. So the pressure's really been up and about. We're bringing sufficient pressure there, but just can't quite wrap up the ball carriers. The Dogs, again, they just force into a bit of a nothing hand pass and cough it up again. Goulden somehow gets a kick away. Works to 𝐿𝐷𝐿. Now to Corey Warner on his favoured left. And it's a neat kick. Finding... Oh, no, he's dropped the mark, McLean. 𝐼𝐴 came crashing through. That's going to be high there against Corey. Well, yeah, 𝐼𝐴 there just with the ball goggles. He didn't have to crash into that contest because McLean marked it. Anyway, inside 50 now, Norton. Good hands there. Probably a bit too far from home. They need something here, the Dogs, before quarter time. Still 5 minutes until the first break, though. And he'll set it up here to Tim English, but it's not a good kick. Picked off from Tommy McCartan. And now he goes here to Dane Rampy. 3 intercept marks to 0, Sydney's way 2. Goulden now will hit a kick over the top here to 𝐴𝐴. Too strong overhead there for Croft. On the wing now. We'll play on. Trying to find something on a lead. And we'll actually drop it short here for Grundy. That's a clever kick in disguise. Give it back here now to 𝐼𝐴. Bursts his way through. 𝐴𝐴 now to the pocket. And McLean has a nice mark. He creates a bit of a divot in the deck as well. But nice kick and a nice mark on lead there. Geez, we're playing some good footy this first quarter. It's a contrast of different from last week. The Lions really brought their pressure. And I think the Dogs are definitely giving us a bit of time and space. And we're really spreading our wings, getting our run and gun going. And I don't think there's been one ordinary turnover we've had in the back half as well. So that's also helping too. And McLean, 10 goals won this season. But this one's going to be a tricky one from the boundary. Can he muster this through? No, he can't. It's going to be probably out the full. And it is. So across the face there from a clean out. The full 𝐼𝐻𝐿 will bring it back into play here. Kick down the line in the Norton direction. Good spoil there from Cole. Jeez, he got up. Well done. 3:49 till quarter time. So yeah, started well here. Yeah, showing good control in the game. And Dunstall mentioned just before it. Yeah, we're showing some really good control with our kick mark game. Looking good by foot too. Grundy, Richards, umpire's ball. Didn't dispose of it in time. Bulldogs look cooked. This doesn't look good. Oh, it's early days. Yeah, with how modern footy goes, they'll you think get a bit of a run on momentum. Certainly capable of doing that. Richards hits it down. Sheldrick wins it the source. Umpire's ball. Tackled. We go again. Ball up here again. Grundy. Okay, it's going to be free to Richards, so somebody's held him, so free to him. So, of course, against Jordan there, holding a little bit too much. Richards now back across here to 𝐓𝐴𝐶 𝐬𝐿, so will they find the switch of the Dogs? Nothing really long down the line, so they're going to have to be creative with a kick, and it just works to 𝐼𝐻𝐿. So, 𝐼𝐻𝐿, what can he find in the corridor there? That's a beautiful kick to find. Riley Sanders, that's what I need. The Dogs, some precision ball. And now Sanders will find Artie Jones here, just outside 50. So they've got English rolling forward here. Can he get the grab? Grundy's also back with a flight. And Edwards was a little bit well too beaten there from Norton. He was, I suppose, a little bit out of position there. Norton was able to push him across. And Norton takes a good contested mark. Well, I tell you, Will Edwards is pretty damn solid, I thought, last week. Rarely lost a contest, and I suppose you can give him a mulligan for that. I suppose he wasn't expecting it to drop to him, because we all thought it was going to the rucks. But yeah, just a bit of an easy push out there for Norton. Can he guide this one through? No, he can't. We all know this man's set shot abilities can be inconsistent. He's actually put out in the full, so still the Dogs are without a goal. And they've had a few opportunities as well. All right, well, Rampy now will go long down the line. 1-on-1 here. Sarong against Bramble. No one can take the mark. Bontempelli crushing through. He's met with the boundary. Umpire's ball. So ball in here, centre wing. And of course, not long away, we've got the Eagles taking on the Crows. I think that starts in about actually 2 minutes. So we'll get the scoreboard up for that in a sec. Probably do it at quarter time. Heaney tackled really well from Richards. Didn't have Pryor though, as we'll have another ball up here. So 2 minutes to go. I suppose we'll take it as a little win if we can keep them goalless here for the remainder of the first term. So ball up here. Grundy hits it down. Once well done from Big Brody. Gets it forward only as far as Dales. He sockers it back the other way. Kennedy couldn't quite take the mark. Richards head over it. Frumbles though. Corey, Heaney. Oh, how about that for a spin move? And he gets the hands forward. Well done from 𝐼𝐻𝐿 and Gulden. Tackled well from Bramble. Umpire's ball. So there's Gulden, the shoulder strapping. Just the 4 touches. Obviously, yeah, I think Dunstall puts it well there. He's still easing into the game, into the competition really, given he returned last week. Good pressure there from Corey, forced the turnover. Now Heaney finding some space. Oh, he could go for goals, I reckon here, 𝐼𝐻𝐿. Snapping shot. It's going to go to the top of the square. McLean, Marty Roberts gives the hands. Hanley, bit of a fumble there. And Roberts holds it in, umpire's ball. Well, he's had a good start, 𝐼𝐻𝐿 Heaney. He's a bit ginger after that contest, probably just a bit of a corky. All right, we'll ball up here. No Sydney ruck. Okay, we have a nominated here, so English will just grab this and give it to Richards, and they'll clear here the Dogs. And Edwards, that's better. Able to get front position there and take a nice intercept mark. So another 4.5 turnover here. Dominating that start, I assume. Inside 50 now. High ball. And it works to 𝐚𝐿. He plays on and he snaps another one. He's got 3 in the first term, Charlie. Well, how about that? Somehow the ball just landed out the back for him. Takes the chest mark quickly. They didn't need to play on. And just hacks it on the left shoe. And he's got 3, Charlie. 5 goals for 3. Plays 0 goals 2. It's been a great start. Nice intercept mark there. Started from Will Edwards. No fuss. Long ball inside 50. And well, this has been the big difference, I think, from the the game last week as well. We've been really potent off the turnover. I mean, to be fair, that's nothing fancy. It's just a long ball inside 50. But yeah, we're looking on tonight. Safe to be said. Jeez, how on earth do a few dogs miss that spoil? We'll take it. 𝐴𝐚𝐿's got through in the first quarter. So ball back in the middle here. And 𝐴𝐚𝐿 now overtaken Logan Morrison. Now 𝐴𝐚𝐿's second in the Coleman. If he gets 2 more goals tonight, he will be leading the Coleman. Obviously, Ben King still to play, though. Rowbottom wins at the source. Hands to Goulden. Centre clearance inside 50. 𝐴𝐚𝐿 again. Almost. And we'll get another ball up here by the looks of it. Jordan working hard. Umpire's ball. Grundy hits it down. Kennedy reads it, though, and he'll get the possession. Now O'Donnell will clear around the corner here for the Dogs. Now, we've got numbers around this aerial contest, but they do well. Norton to Kennedy to Hines. Goes Lewis back to Hines, and he can have a stab here from outside 50, but it's actually out in the full. No, okay, well, they'll take that the Dogs. 450 stoppage instead. Well, they did well to somehow make that hand-passing chain work, the Dogs, but again, it's under quite a bit of pressure from us, applying good pressure. And it just forces into a bit of a miss kick forward from Cooper Hines. Right, well, we're going to ball this one in. So this gives, I suppose, an opportunity for the Dogs to maybe get a goal from a 450 stoppage here with 25 seconds to play. English and Grundy. English gets the hit outs. Who can attack this one? Edwards attacks it well. Kennedy, a good tackle too. 15 seconds, umpire's ball. Henny a little bit ginger from that contest as well, so I'm sure he'll get looked at quarter time. Bit of a rub down. Chad now just punches it forward. Kyle over at 2. And tackled well. Goulden by Matthew Kennedy. We've obviously got to call the Kennedys by their first names, given Luke and Matt are both out there tonight. Grundy hit down. Bontempelli around the corner. No. But it is going to be a minor score. Well, there it is, a quarter time, ladies and gentlemen. 5 goals, 3 plays, 0 goals, 3. Definitely take the start. That is safe to be said. Yeah, we've started really hot here. First 5 goals of the game. Dogs have had some opportunities, but have been wasteful. Yeah, no, we're definitely looking on tonight. We're looking alert. We're looking sharp. Defending quite nicely. Not looking sloppy with our disposal. Really getting in the face of the Dogs as well. The pressure's been up and about too. So all that we could have asked for, really, heading into this game this week. Some sharper disposal, some better pressure. And yeah, we've really dominated this first quarter. 19 to 19 inside 50s. I assume maybe the Dogs would be winning the clearances. Yeah, they've won it at the source a couple times. 11 to 8 and the stoppage clearances in their favour. But really, when it's gone out of that clearance, we've seemed to have the numbers back with a flight, or just had sufficient numbers for the ball to turn it over and get it back our way. Contested ball pretty much even, 32 to 31. But the disposals, 98 to 80. So goes to show we're having a bit more control in the game. Free kicks 5 to 1 in favour of the Dogs. See, oh, bloody umpires, eh? Bloody umpires. And yeah, there you go, 18 to 12 turnovers. Yeah, the Dogs have just coughed it up a little bit too much. I suppose that's also at the expense of, I think our pressure's been really good. 25 marks to 16, 5 marks to 2 inside 50. Yeah, a lot that's gone right this first quarter, no doubt about that. Have a look at the stats for quarter time. Bontempelli just on the 4 touches, but 3 of those disposals have turned into clearances. Eddie Richards, he's had a good start to the game with 8 touches. Sanders with 9, Laboratory with 6. Grundy started pretty firmly already with 18 hitouts against Lob with 8, and also English just with the 4. Disposal leader, Sanders, Dale, both with 9. Intercept possessions, 4 for Bailey Dale, 3 for 𝐼𝐶 𝐿𝐷RICK, Michael Selwood with 3. Contest possession leader, 𝐿𝐷RICK with 4. Who started pretty well, 𝐼𝐶. Yeah, I think he has to, Smith, really, given the injuries we have. And a number of players with 2 inside 50s as well. Oh, well, can't complain with that start. I think, yeah, it's been sort of at the expense. I think the Dogs have been pretty flat, to be honest, to kick off their game. They've definitely looked off the ball a bit, so I expect them to get firing this second quarter. But, hey, we've had a good start. And, yeah, 𝐴𝐚𝐿, obviously, he's been fantastic. Been one of the star players for us this first quarter. Grundy as well. He's been a little bit of an inefficient, though, going actually 25%, but he's getting plenty of hit-outs. yeah, no, Heaney started well. He's really breaking through congestion, and away he goes. Chad Warner as well. He started nicely, 6 touches. And then, yeah, we've gone over a few of the Dogs players too. Every time with the bye starts slow. Yeah, I suppose, King. I actually did say on the Fox Footy broadcast a bit earlier that apparently the Dogs, the last few years after their bye, have actually won games. So it seems actually fallen in their favour a bit. But yeah, they're definitely looking flat tonight so far. So far, so good, I suppose. Well, we'll actually bring up the other graphic, lads. The, where is it? Here we go. We'll just bring up the flash scores. I think it's flash score for the other game. I think that started, what, 7 minutes ago? Yeah, I expect Adelaide to win. I know they have Phil Thorpe as a laid out, but you'd expect him to win the game. And they've actually got the first 2 of the game. Actually, let's just load up instead the AFL websites. 18, there we go. Oh, wow. Adelaide have got the first 3. Now, I do expect for the Crows, though, a bit of a mulligan. Poor loss last week. It bounced back against, West Coast. You think that you'd expect them to do something like that? Well, geez, good start. If you just joined us, 33 plays 3. Yeah, we're getting the game on our terms. It's a bit of both. We're playing well, but yeah, the Dogs are definitely look a bit pedestrian. So they've really got to ramp up the pressure and clean up a bit with their disposal. A few too many turnovers, I think. But again, I think we've set up well behind the ball. Rampy's had some good disposals back there. Mills has been pretty solid too. So, yeah, at the moment, so far so good. Everybody playing their parts. Sarong's had some good one-on-one wins too on the wing. And yeah, we're carving. That's the nice thing too. We're using a bit more of our foot nicely, which is good to see. Yeah, averages 18 uncontested marks per quarter, and we've already taken 20 in the first quarter tonight. So, there you go. All right, so Heaney's still... Is he still under the duress of some trainers? Okay, just getting a bit of rub down. He's out there, Heaney. That's good. A tough nut he is. Yeah, there we go. We said earlier, I think we're dominating the forward half intercepts. It's 9-0. Off we go, old Craig. Welcome, mates. I'm a Swans supporter overseas this week. This is the best I can get in the stream of the game. Thank you. Oh, no, I appreciate it, Craig, mate. Yeah, no, I always enjoy calling the game, mate. And, yeah, sometimes I can be a bit of a nuff, but pretty chill at the minute, mate, given we're up by 30 points. But no, thanks for dropping by, mate. Yeah, no, get like yourself, get many different foreigners abroad, or whether it's expats or new to the game or whatever. So it's great to have your company, lads, as always. Trailing my Dwayne Russell there. Great to have your company. Underway for the second term. Chad wins it. Sarong back here to James Jordan to get the clearance. And that's some nice chiseled ball use here out to Matty Roberts. He started well, Matty. I think his first 10 weeks were really underrated. And then got injured and was a bit rusty. Dominating the VFL, and he's back, so he started well. James Jordan now in the middle of the ground will launch it. It's not a great kick, to be honest. That should be picked off from Dale, and it is. Not too sure what he was trying to find with that kick, Jordan. Anyway, turnover here, Ballydale across to the wing. McNeil, that's not a mark. Oh, okay, mark interference too. That's fair enough then. Crows got the first 4, 24-0. Wow. So now, Lockie McNeil goes towards the edge of 50. Big spore from Will Edwards. How about that? Had plenty of spores last week, and that works nicely. Roberts out here to Chad Warner. Takes a bounce, losing a man to Jake Lloyd. Sweeping hand pass over the top here to Rowbottom. Hemmed in within the line. Lowers the kick inside 50. That's just a bit too easy. Charlie Curnow marks on the lead. Who have we got inside 50? He was thinking of centering that ball for 𝐴𝐥𝐿 𝐿𝐿. He is in a bit of space, but looks like it's going to be, well, maybe a goal attempt, but probably just going to center this one up. Charlie Curnow. It looks like he's going to have a crack. This would be something. Looks like he's going to go for it, Charlie. Kicks on its way. Looks pretty good. Oh, it's touched. Damn. Oh, no, the umpire's not sure. Umpire's not sure. All right, we're going to review. Wow. Good effort from Charlie. Touched or goal. Aside. No, I don't. We need to go frame back. Well, no, Lob doesn't touch that, so it's 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐿's touch. However, has 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐿's touch gone over? Yes, it's a goal. I think that's a goal. That's the first frame there where he's touched it. I think that's a goal. Lob didn't touch it. 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐿 did. All clear. What a goal from Charlie. He's got 4. Charlie Curnow's kicked a beauty from the boundary. How about that? He got 7 goals against the Dogs in the reverse fixture early this season. He's already got 4, and we're not even 3 minutes in to the second term. Wow. He's come to play, Charlie. 6 goals, 3, plays 0 goals, 3. Directly a 6-goal game. Wow. Can't complain about this at the minute. But there again, like geez, I tell you, it's all a little bit too easy. We're moving the ball freely as we like there. Seems a bit like a training drill. But we'll take it. We're looking slick. And to be fair, this has been a weakness for the Dogs all season long. Their transition defence is one of their weak areas of the game. Looking at some numbers, they're in the bottom 4 for a lot of the defensive stats. So I think it's showing a little bit tonight. Able to move the ball a bit freely. Need to find a groove here, the Dogs, because this game's slipping out of their favour. Goal by goal. Chud now extracts the hands. 𝐼𝐻𝐡𝐞 slaps it forward. Cole flicks it over the top to Sarong. He just gets the hand pass out only as far as Grundy. Now to 𝐴𝐿𝐿 𝐿𝐿, has a bit of a fumble. Recovers nicely. That's good hands from Cleary. Now to Brodie Grundy. In some stride. He plays on Brodie. Takes another bounce. He's fumbled the ball. Oh, is it Peter Adams into disguise? My goodness. But he does well, Brodie. Good repeat effort. Gets the hand pass out. Rowbottom hunts. Gets a kick forward. Only as far as McNeil. Shifts the hands to Butterick. He's under the pump. Good pressure from Matty Roberts. Jordan tackles Richards. Umpire's ball. Oh, dearie me. Oh, God. It's... Reveal yourself, Mr. Brodie Grundy. It's Peter Adams. What's he doing? Good head out from Grundy. Finds 𝐼𝐻𝐡𝐞. Snapping shot around the corner from 𝐼𝐻𝐴𝐿𝐿. Oh, that's usually his bread and butter, but just couldn't get the accuracy on the kick. Out in the full. Oh, 𝐵𝐿𝐿 going to bring it back into play here for the Dogs. Goes along down the line. Oh, the flies here. Norton jumps a bit too early. Mills out the back of this contest. Edwards attacks it well. Just has to hold it in. And he does. Well done. That's all we needed to do there. So another ball up here. Dogs get some territory. Pretty much in midfield here. Grundy and Lob. Grundy hacks it forward. Bailey-Dale read it nicely. Probably been one of the best for the Dogs, Bailey-Dale. Gordon gets a half kick away. And Butterick tackled from Chad. Umpire's ball. But the pressure's looking really good. Lob hits it down. Heaney over this one. Liberatore at the source did well to Richards. And now to McNeil, and they're out here, the Dogs. Can they hit a good target? Yes, they can. They find Norton. They shift the hands inboard here. Artie Jones. This man can kick a goal. Artie Jones for the Dogs first. No. No, no. They still can't find a goal, the Dogs. Oh, he's a player I like watching too, Artie Jones. But he'd like to have that opportunity back. That was all a bit too easy there from... Well, they did well. That started with some really slick hands from 𝐓𝐴𝐵𝐵. But they just can't take the opportunity there. So Mills to McCartan. Oh, geez, Tommy Mack sort of indecisive. So Mills just does the clever thing, sort of takes it over. Rugby style, try time, just dives over the line. Well, good start here to the second term. It is continuing. Ball back here in the middle. Lob hits it down. Sanders over this one. Same with Blakey. Bont, quick hands. Cooper Hines shifts it back to Bont and now to Selwood. They'll reload here the Dogs. High ball up inside 50. McCartan, Edwards with the spoil. Chad gets the drop of the ball. Geez, he's collecting the ball everywhere at the minute, Chuddy Warner. And he hacks it out of the 50. High ball up here towards an outnumbered contest. So this will all be Bailey-Dale. Another intercept possession for him. He's started really well, Bailey-Dale. He might just go for goals here, Bailey-Dale. From outside 50, he goes bang. What a goal from Bailey-Dale. Well, there you go. He's had enough, Bailey-Dale. Their forwards can't find the scoreboard in a minute, and he goes whack. Well, it's clever there from Chad. I suppose he sort of had to improvise a little bit there. He did well to win the ball off the spillage, but... yeah, I mean, you kick into an outnumbered contest. It's not really the most advantageous kick. Puts Lloyd under the pump and Bailey-Dale. He's a big kick of the pill. He goes bang from outside 50. Massive kick. Wow, he's kicked that from just inside the centre square. Well, they'll drew a goal, I suppose, the Dogs. Artie probably should have kicked that one running at the front, and they get one there through Bailey-Dale. So, a goal they find there, the Dogs still find themselves down by 29 points, but they need to start somewhere. Well, it looks like it's a 666-1 against the Dogs, so hopefully they'll have another one so I get it free. Only joking. Ball back in the middle here. Grundy hit out, dominating the hit outs. Of course, Heaney to Blakey in stride, beautifully done. Inside 50, it works well to 𝐓𝐴𝐵𝐵. He'll get the gather. He pivots onto his left, trying to find Hamling. He's not in front position though. Oh, bit of a fumble there from Caulfield. Cleary with the tackle, umpire's ball. Another 450 stoppage here. Grundy tries to grab out of the ruck, only as far as 𝐓𝐵𝐵. He gets the clearance. Bouncing ball. Heaney will get up there. Tap. Norton. Mills in there too. Heaney. Bit of a fumble. He goes over the top to Gulden. Oh, how about those from hands from Gulden? Clever. Now Jake Lloyd. Centering ball. Hamling. Can't take the mark. Who's there at ground level? Kennedy. Extracts it well to O'Donnell. He's under the pump though. Good pressure. Well done there from Jake Lloyd. Forces a misuse there. Another ball in. So another 450 stoppage here in our favour. Hits it down, Grundy to Gulden. Snapping ball will land short. Another ball in. Six goal 3, plays 1 goal 4. Another 450 stoppage here for Sydney. Rowbottom hacks a kick forward. Probably not 15, that one. No, it actually is going to be 15. Okay. Marcus Winhager would like a discussion regarding that one. I suppose it's a little bit inconsistent. Caulfield just has to bounce it on the ground. Oh, terrible from Caulfield. He's kicked it right into Charlie Curnow. Cleary hunts. That's going to be high. Yeah, no, well done from Caden. He gets rewarded there for attacking the ball and cop one high. Well, I might as well just register. No, he gives it to Gulden. No, he can't. Errol's kicked it. You're kidding me. Errol would have gotten his first goal returning from injury, but no. Cleary has to take the kick. Well, come on, Caden, mate. You've got about 1 goal 54 in your career. Let's see if you can kick this, eh? Yeah, Kennelly just went a bit of the bump there and copped them high. Oh, geez, the back right into his face. A bit clumsy there. Well, Caden Cleary, can he slot this through? Oh, as we all know, his conversion just is real hit and miss. Kicks on its way. It's not going to make the distance. We'll at least set it up, but no one going up for that one. Roy Lobb, the only one, really. Ah, damn, you know. Gilden there. He could have gotten this first. Oh, Hamling didn't need to do that. It's going to be a downfield free here for Bont. So Bontempelli now. Dogs need to get a bit of spark in their game. So he's going to go long down the line here. 𝐴𝐷 to go and get the spoil. Well done there. So ball in here, centre wing. McLean and Lobb. McLean with the hit outs, only as far as McNeil. Tackle well from Jordan. Ball spills free. Heaney goes under. Same with James Jordan too. Loses possession. McLean gets a hand in there and intervenes a lob hand pass. Now Corey Warner. Quick feet. Kyle, stiff arm. Probably not going to be holding the ball there because it wasn't a tackle attempt, so it's actually play on. Now Matt Kennedy inboard here to Bramble. Now to Bailey Dale. Finds some space, Dale, and he can now go inside 50 with a deep kick, but it's going to be across the face. On a score there for the Dogs. So 1 goal, 5 for the Doggies. So 6 scoring shots to 9. So there you go. Sydney have been able to take their chances, whilst the Dogs not so much. Mills now. We'll go inboard here with this kicking. 𝐴𝐷 stands tall there against O'Donnell. That's a really good contested mark. Now quickly plays on Charlie. Goes out to a one-on-one McLean and Buku. McLean too strong for Buku 𝐴𝐷. We've got numbers forward here. Gives the hands. Caden Cleary. Sweeping hand pass to Joel Hamling. Snap around the corner. No, he gives it back to Cleary. Oh, and Cleary's kicked a goal. Cleary's kicked a goal. Unbelievable. Oh, it feels weird. He's finally kicked a goal, Caden Cleary. And he deserves it. He started this game really well. Geez, Dunstall put it well there. He is definitely having a tough night, Buku 𝐴𝐷. Well, bit of overuse there. Cleary probably could have just gone running into goal, but yeah, from a kick in there, simple 2 contested marks. We get our runners going forward. And there you go. There's some of that defensive transition there from the Dogs. Not good enough. So ball back in the middle here. 7 goals, 3 plays, 1 goal, 5. 2 goals to 1 goal, 2 this quarter in favour of Sydney. McLean gets the hit out. He's doing pretty well in some of these centre bounce ruck contests, McLean. Halves it at least, but Bontempelli wins it and gets the inside 50. McCartan pushes out Will Lewis well enough. Edwards under the pump there, extracts the hands out nicely to Nick Blakey. Measures a kick here to the wing to Corey Warner. He's got the toe, you'd think, against Croft there. Was he held? Nothing given. Hanley tackled well from Selwood. And it's going to be an umpire's ball. So another ball up here. McLean in English. And as KO is buffered. There we go. Took its time. Kennedy wins at the source. Now to Liberatore back here to Croft, and they'll get inside 50 of the Dogs. We've got some numbers in this one though, and there we go. It pays dividends. Edwards out the back. Jags one towards the wing. Cleary has to go. And he does pretty well, Cleary. He's got a bit of speed. 1-on-1 here. He's got some help with Sarong. He does well, Cleary. Gives it now back to Gilden, and we can reload here. Oh, risky kick. Jeez, McCartan does well, though, with his body. He flicks the hands now to Chad. And inboard now here to Blakey. And we've got some runners here. Blakey down the spine. This one will drop a bit too short. Lands in between 2. Row bottom. Clever little tap. There's McLean. Yes, he from English. It's going to be on the ball. All right, I've skipped forward, actually, thanks to the buffering. So, Will Lewis, excuse me. We're here to kick in the corridor. That's touched. Sanders now quickly plays on, takes a bounce, shifts the hands over the top to Kennedy. He's got an option over the top. Can we get there? Well done there from Cunners. Ball still to be won, though, is well done from Gilden. Pushes Sanders over. Good stuff there from Cunners. He's still got a bit of pace. He's a very quick fella, the boy from Wagga Wagga. And he did well there to arrive late and get a spoil there legally. And Gilden pushes over Sanders there. But it's a 4:50 stoppage for the Dogs. No one gets a hit out. McLean gets the gather, though, and he'll just hack it forward. Gilden can give the hands to Corey. Can't be fumbling there, son, and he gets pushed out a bit too easily by Bump. We've got the numbers, though. Rowbottom hacks around the corner. High ball here. It's going to be a tough one for Cleary, but he does well. Holds firm in the back. No, nothing given. Geez, that's a rough call. Now Bontempelli can just go bang from outside 50 if you don't mind. Edwards hits the post. Geez, I thought Cleary was very stiff there not to get in the back free. Usually those ones are paid, but nothing given. Maybe a marking infringement there. He did well, though, Cleary. Held firm, but wasn't quite able to take it. Now Edwards, booming kick. Sort of in the direction of English there. McLean got up. Hack kick from Curnow. Kennedy, 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐴, good hands. To 𝐵𝐷𝐪. Another free here to the Dogs. Okay, it's against Goulden, I think. Must have got 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐴 high. Geez, Buka's having a tough start, man. He's been up and down. He's had some pretty sound performances, but tonight he's having a bit of a mare so far. Hopefully he can get back into the game for his sake. Artie Jones flies, can't take the mark. Blakey, Mills, McLean. Another pump here, so he just has to clear out of the 50 here. Don't have the talk timber for this, and Sanders has taken a pretty fair contested mark. So the Dogs will get another entry from this. We'll play on now. And he'll take a bounce. Rowbottom, good pressure there, but there we go. They find the mark through Artie Jones. Well on there from Sanders. He's having a good season. And some good poise out. That's probably what the Dogs need. They seem to be blasting a bit too many times inside 15. Some nice touch there from Sanders. Just lops it up and finds Artie Jones. Well, can he get the Dogs' second goal this quarter? They simply need it. So Artie Jones. Can he jag this one through? Kicks on its way and does the job. So Dogs get their second of the quarter through Artie Jones. 7 goals, 3 plays, 2 goals, 6. The other game, how about that? Adelaide up and about. 37-9. Have a look at the stats when we can. We have some nice... that was well done there from Sanders. So ball back in the middle here. English with the hit out. Oh dear, crossing the line free. Grundy hasn't given one away. So we'll take one. Inside 50. Who can we find to the tall timber? Maybe at the back here for somebody. Sanders will get there first. Corey had to do a bit better than that. And now clearing kick from Brambl's a nice one. That's a beautiful kick to find Fraser. So last 10 minutes, Dogs are getting territory. 8-2 in the inside 50s. And Kennedy takes a nice mark down the line against Sheldrick there. And the pressure has gone up in their favour. So they're doing most of the right things. Just need to start putting on the scoreboard here. The Dogs with their momentum as Lobb takes a nice one-handed grab. That's pretty fair. Now over the top. He can find Norton. It's a good-looking kick for him. Don't think Tom will get there, but no. Norton's dropped his lollies, but he keeps it in play here. And umpire's ball. Yeah, he must have lost that one on the lights. He's gone right through his mitts. Dearie me. Yeah, no, English clearly crossed the line there. Grundy with the hit out. Waitman down. That's, I think, his first touch of the game. English extracts it nicely to Riley Sanders. Snapping kick, but it will land short. And rush through via Rampy for a minor score. So 2 goals 8 now for the Dogs. No, sorry, 2 goals 7. Mills now. A long looping ball to Sarong. He's got the mismatch there against Luke Kennedy. Marks at half back. So, yeah, Dogs starting to get a bit more control in this game. Up in the ante around the ball whilst we've dropped away a little bit. Now to Kyle. Loops the ball inboard here to Grundy. We've got some runners here. Chad Warner with a handball receive. Out the front. Measures a kick towards half 40. He'll find Matty Roberts. He's got Heaney on the handball receive. Quickly gives the hands. Now 𝐼𝐗𝐿𝐼𝐴𝐻 lowers the eyes inside 50. No, wasn't the right type. You had Lloyd leading more laterally the pocket, and Heaney just hit it out in front. So he probably could have gone for a goal there, to be honest, Isaac. But then again, we were able to move that ball pretty nicely from the back half. We've shown a bit of that this first half. A bit of our transition play. Looking good. Grundy hits it down. Somebody maybe at the source. No one. Fraser clears. Good ball from Tom McCartan. Ball to be won here at the source. Sarong does it well. Back here to Cole. He reload here inside 50 with another high ball to a 2-on-2. Humbling almost. McLean maybe at the back. And he's got it, Dosser. Geez, the Tools are having a night tonight. I think McLean's been really solid as he gets a goal. And sort of restore a goal back after the Dogs got their second. 2 goals for the match. McLean, yeah, he's been solid. Really, I think his physicality has been one of his standouts this first half so far. He's taken some clunks. Been pretty good in these centre bounce ruck contests, I think, as well, holding his ground. Good ball from McCartan. Ball to be won there. Yeah, Sarong's done that well the first half too. He's won a lot of these 50-50 contests. Able to get the hands there. O'Donnell just losing track of McLean there. Yeah, I mean, McLean just had that goal side positioning whilst O'Donnell lost track of them, and McLean grubs it through. Ball back in the middle here. Sheldrick sharks the English hit out, and Gordon will get the centre clearance here. Shallow entry. Bramble hits it down. Grundy, how about that work rates to get forward as he'll get the gather and he'll whack it inside 50. A bit of an ineffective kick, but it'll do. 4:50 stoppage. 6:59 until the main break. So 8 goals 3 plays 2 goals 7. 4:50 stoppage. Grundy hits it down. Well done there from Lloyd. Oh, there's the fumbles there. Hamling, Sheldrick working his way through. Offloading hand pass. Another one from Corey. Grundy back here to Lloyd. Now to Gulden. Trying to find some space on the kick. We'll just hack it forward only as far as 𝐓𝐴𝐻𝐿𝐼 𝐴𝐻𝐿𝐼 as he'll clear the 50 here. High ball up towards a contest of players. Edwards with another big spoil. Huge. It works nicer to Heaney. He goes back and board here to Nick Blakey. And a kick now to the pocket. Will it get there to McLean or Chad maybe? Richards in front. Holds his ground. Slaps it. And now he's got to watch out. What a tackle effort from McLean. That is brilliant from Hayden McLean there. Chase down effort on Lachie Bramble. Bang. Hey, I reckon if you go for goals here, Dosser, get another. McLean didn't thought I was holding the ball for a sec. Let's see if he can slot this through. Hannah McLean. Can he guide this one through? Probably a bit on outside his range. This could go anywhere. It looks pretty solid. It'll swing back and it'll drop short. Dale now will just clear out of the 50. Long ball towards Lob, but there is Will Edwards with the big spoil, but he misses the spoil. Well done from Will Lewis. Now Kennedy hacks it forward, but we're well set up here. They've lost structure for the ball, the Dogs. Cunningham now back here to McCartan, now to Nick Blakey. Now the Lizard wants to attack the corridor with this kick. It's a risky one for Gordon. It's not the most clever kick, but how on earth does that work? 2 Dogs players unable to win the contest, and we get it out the front here. Well defended there from, I think that was O'Donnell. Sarong, a good spoil. Good tackle there from Gordon and Richards. Well done. Now Hanley, bit of a fumble there. Has to go in again, Tom. Kennedy, Lloyd, good tackle, umpire's ball. Might hopefully go well, my friends. Yeah, no, hopefully it's a good game, the Socceroos. See if we can get up against Egypt. Will be tough. But I think both teams are pretty similar in the FIFA ranking, so I suppose the game could go either way. And meanwhile, this game tonight, so far so good as a Sydney supporter. Dogs have been able to get some more opportunities this term, but just can't make the most of their chances whilst we've been pretty sound in front of the big sticks. Grundy with a hit out. Works it forward, but this one will go out of bounds. He's dominating Grundy in these hit-outs. Feels like every time I'm calling his name, he's winning the hit-outs in these ruck contests. So yeah, there we go. As we said earlier, Had the bye in round 16. They've won 4 of their past 5 games with their game after the bye, the Dogs. So they're actually quite good again after the bye. But so far they're looking a bit flat. But it feels like they're sort of marginally getting themselves into the contest. But still, it's got a bit of a mountain to climb with this margin. So work the hands from the stoppage nicely. Ed Richards will get out the front here with a kick towards half forward. Edwards in a good position. Another spore from Big Will Edwards, and it works nicely here to Tom McCart. Now to Sarong, back here to 𝐼𝐴 𝐿𝐿𝐷. And a nice kick to the wing to find Tom Hanley. Does he want to explore the corridor? No, he doesn't. Tom now will just do the sensible thing and go deep to the pocket, but it's not the greatest kick from McLean. I suppose we'll take the 450 stoppage. So we've upped our pressure these last few minutes. 194, 187 in favour of Sydney. Grundy will get to the drop of the ball. Not the most effective hit out as 𝐻𝐻𝐻 gets the clearance. Good tap back there from Blakey. Now Hanley back to 𝐿𝐷. Deep to the pocket again. Could work for Hamling. No, just past him a wee bit too much. So 3:55 to the main break. 2 goals, 7 plays, 8 goals, 3. Grundy out of the ruck. No, hits it down. Cooper Hines tackle from Grundy. Oh, another ball up here. Grundy hit out. And just space for Isaac. No, Lloyd taps it. But the ball goes out of play. So last 10 inside 50s, 8 have gone to Sydney. English hit out. Richards tackled from Chad. And that could be ball. That's to be ball. Yeah. He sort of had that little window of opportunity to get his... Well, he basically had his hands free to get the hands out. And yeah, no, had to be holding the ball there. Chad tackled. And then Grundy with the second tackle attempt. Got to be afraid of big Brody Grundy. Let's see if he can guide this through. Ruckman's kicks always can go left, right or centre. But he's having a monstrous first half, Brody Grundy. So, Brody Grundy, can he go on this one through? 8 goals, 5 this season. Last 5 weeks he's been going. Not at the tip-top of his form as earlier this season. This will do his confidence, but there you go. He's put it across the face. And hopefully that doesn't discourage him because he's having a mighty first half of footy. Bailey Dale to bring it back into play from the kick-in. And we'll hit this one inboard to find 𝐻𝐻𝐻. Now back here to Eddie Richards. Wants to get a bit adventurous here, Ed. He does well to break a tackle. Spin move, and he gets himself free. O'Donnell, though, under the pump. Good pressure there. Need to try and win this ball back, and there we go. 2 Swans tackling a Dogs player there. Ball up again. Grundy with the hit out. Richards. No one can win the ball from the inside. Another ball up here. Grundy and Lobb to do hit out work. 𝐿𝐷 missed kick, tackled well. 𝐿𝐷 will go back the other way with an inside 50 here for the Dogs. Good ball from Rampy. Who's at ground level? Artie Jones. That's nicely done. Sanders around the corner. Should goal, and he does. Well, there we go. They added a bit of spark in the forward line, the Doggies, and they get some there. Well done from Artie Jones. And Sanders gets a goal. So margin is 27 points. So it's definitely sort of that range where it's a gettable margin for sure. They need to start putting on the scoreboard a bit, the Dogs. Goal from a clearance there. And we actually got first possession in that stoppage there. 𝐿𝐷 was tackled well, though. Missed kick. 𝐿𝐷 acts it forward. And simply a good win there from Artie Jones. Yes, Cunner's just that metre off him. It was a good ball from Rampy, but he's also, at the same time, he sort of put it in a dangerous spot. Sanders broke loose there and a good goal. And I think he's playing game number 50 tonight, Sanders, I read somewhere. So there you go. Milestone game, I suppose, for him. A bit more even this second term. Both teams got 3 goals each. 2:03 to play. Ball back in the middle. Lob with the hit out, good, and gets the gather. And a bit of a muffy old clearance, though, as it's ineffective as Bont comes back the other way. And that's a good hit up. There we go. They're now starting to find their feet a bit here, the Dogs, with some ball use inside 50. It's been one of the weaknesses this game so far. Norton marks on the chest. Chance for 2 in a row for the Dogs. And yeah, Gordon there. I mean, first possession, not the greatest kick under the pressure. And 𝐴𝐵𝗹𝗠 will happily eat that up. And on a platter, hits up Aaron Norton. Well, to get this game to 21 points, could Norton jag this one through? Answer is no. His shooting boots tonight, he has not brought so far. 3 goals, 8 plays, 8 goals, 4. Blanky to bring it back into play. Edwards now. 3 goals, 5 to 3 goals, 1. So they win the second term here, the Dogs. Told to go now, Edwards. So we'll go long down the line here with a booming kick towards the wing. Jeez, McLean got up there. Cleary now hunts it. Falls over. Back here to Roberts. Twisting, turning. Just has to hack it around the corner. That's not 15, surely. No, it isn't for Buka. Has to go back here to lob. Big ball now. Down the line. 50 seconds to go. Norton flies. Drops the mark. Rampy. Tackled. Umpire's ball. Oh, Butterick limping there. That's not good for the Dogs recruit. Hopefully he's okay. Grundy grabs out of the ruck, just hacks a hand pass forward. 𝐵𝗠𝗏𝗃 slaps it back the other way, only as far as 𝐼𝐗𝐤𝐪. He goes on the outside to Matt Roberts on his favoured left. Deep kick towards the wing. Good spoil there from Caulfield. So 27 seconds to go here. Ball in pretty much centre wing. So Butterick, let's see there. Looks like he got his ankle clipped there a little bit. Richard sharks out the Grundy, hit out beautifully well. And he gets the clearance here. Norton, unable to take the mark. Waitman. McNeil, well done there from Gus. Applies sufficient pressure and hacks it back the other way. Could work nicely here for Charlie. Right, 9 seconds. Do we have time for one more? Jordan. He's going to go to him. Does it work here against Bont? Maybe. James Jordan. Oh, can't get the kick away. Almost. Almost on the bell there. Well, there it is. Pretty even second quarter. Both teams had their lick of the ice cream. 8 goals, 5 plays, 3 goals, 8. But given our damaging first quarter, we do head into the main break with a pretty healthy margin. That being 27 points. So 8 goals, 5 plays, 3 goals, 8. But yeah, much better turn from the Dogs. I mean, I think around the ball, the clearances have been pretty solid. Definitely getting enough use forward, but yeah, they've been pretty wasteful whilst, yeah, I think we've definitely looked like the more classier and cleaner side ourselves. This is why we are leading with what we're leading at, 27 points. So pretty happy with the margin at half time. But yeah, still, a lot of the numbers in our favour. 33 to 22 inside 50s. Clearances pretty even, to be fair. But if you look at the stoppage clearances, +5 in the Dogs' favour. Contested ball +10 our way. Turnovers 33 to 31 the Dogs' way. Uncontested possessions 123 to 91. So more opportunities are the Dogs. Still feels like in the general gist of things we're still controlling the game fairly well. 𝐼𝐻𝐿 𝐎𝐥𝐝, 8 contested possessions. He's had a pretty good half, 𝐼𝐻𝐿. Really getting involved. 8 contested possessions, 3 inside 50s. And I think he has game high for disposals. Yeah, he's got 16. Very, very nice. Chad Warner with 12 and a goal. Sanders getting busy too. Same with Bailey Dale. 14 and 16 disposals respectively for them. Golden had a bit more ball that second term. 14 disposals for him. Plenty of time on the ball. 6 clearances for Marcus 𝐵𝗠𝗏𝗃. 5 clearances for Liberatore. 4 for 𝐼𝐗𝐤𝐪 and 𝐿𝐷RICK and Grundy as well. Geez, I tell you, Grundy is having a half, numbers-wise. He's got 36 hitouts already. That's what you usually get for a game. He's got that in the first half. Monstrous effort from Brodie Grundy. How about that? Intercept possessions. 8 for Bailey Dale. 4 for 𝐿𝐷RICK. 4 for Selwood. Score involvements leader is Charlie Curnow with 7. And McLean's here, as we said before, when McLean kicked that goal, the Tools are really getting involved. 7 score involvements and 4 score involvements for McLean. Sanders with the 4. Chad Warner with 3. Sarong with 3. Yeah, overall, can't complain with that half a footy. I suppose feels like the Dogs have been able to work back in the contest, and that's sort of expected, to be fair. Like, they were pretty shower in that first quarter, but well, hoping we don't let them back into the game too much. We continue to flex our muscles and try and keep them at bay. But yeah, they've done well to sort of work themselves back in the contest. The Dogs at least half the quarter, make it an even quarter, and let's see how they go this third term. But, well, one of the big positives this first half's definitely been the work rate and pressure. Feels like a lot of times when the Dogs are getting the ball, we're there for applying a tackle or forcing a misuse. So, yeah, it's good to see. We're really up and about with the pressure and the work rate as well. Getting from contest to contest, looking pretty good too. And plenty of spalls from the likes of Will Edwards. Rampy's look settled back there. So, I think a lot of the game from us so far is in pretty sound order. Hi, Richard. Go to the Sydney Swans. Oh, geez, he wouldn't be too bad at the Swannies, eh? Yeah, I mean, I think that's list-wise probably something we do like big body midfielders. But I think we've definitely got the capabilities of winning a premiership. It's just the mental and physical side of things that get us on grand final day a little bit too much. But yeah, Brodie Grundy, 36 hit-outs, 12 disposals, 5 tackles. He's having a half. Sheldrick, I've liked his work in and under, working hard. Chad, looking pretty busy too. Goulden, 10 kicks, 4 hand passes, 4 tackles. 88% time on ground for him as well. Heaney with 12 disposals. Tom McCartan doing the job, I think, sufficiently with the 8 and a few intercept possessions. And yeah, Will Edwards, I tell you, spoils left, right and centre for Will Edwards. He loves a 1%er, this big man. Having a pretty sound half of football too. So yeah, a lot to like. A lot to like indeed. Have a look at the other game. The Crows and Eagles game. So 57-16 in favour of the Crows. Looks like they're up and about. Fogarty's got 4 goals. Looks like it's 10 minutes into the second term. Yeah, wow. Fucking hell. 4 snags already for Darcy Fogarty. Well, Curno's got 4 in our game, and Fogarty's got 4 in the first half in their game. Alien Nerds, welcome, mates. Hopefully going well. Just join us, lads. Half time in the Swannies and Dogs game. Just going to go take a quick whiz, and then yeah, we'll get a footy grid sorted. Let's see what it is tonight. Footy grid. Let's have a look. So it's a Dogs and Swans theme one. So we'll crack on with that when we get back. But I'll be back in a sec, lads. But so far so good. Sydney by 27. Right back, lads. Good to have your company. Half time. Sydney 8 goals 5. Dogs 3 goals 8. We'll get into the footy grid as we always like to do. Sydney and Dogs team won, given it's the Dogs and the Swans tonight. So leading goal kicker for the team. Very old teammate, 7 goals, played in 2000s, and now obviously Dogs and Swans. So Barry Hall teammate, we'll go with that, was it Michael Hooper? The guy who debuted in the 2010 semi-final against Andrew Hooper, that's the one, against Sydney, 0.8%. Barry Hall teammate, we'll go with Paul Bevan, 0.7. Barry Hall teammate, played in 2000s. I'll go 𝐓𝐴𝐪 𝐴𝐵𝐿. That's just the first player I thought of. 0.1. Oh, so close of a bloody unique there. What do you think on the Magpies and Suns game? Oh, should be a beauty. Geez, Gold Coast need to bounce back. They've been very, very vulnerable these last, 5 games now. They've dropped 5 in a row. Collingwood in general played up in Gold Coast pretty well, so I expect them to be up and about for them, licking their lips. But yeah, you'd expect Gold Coast, something's got to give. They've got to have a performance where they really get it going, really get it clicking, bring the heat and pressure. So could go either way, that one. Dogs leading goal kicker in the team for a season. Maybe just Brad Johnson. 9%. It's just not really much else I can think of. Leading goal kicker for Sydney. Barry Hall. Tom Papley would be there. Could Isaac 𝐓𝐡𝐞 be a sneaky one? Because you're thinking of a forward, 𝐓𝐡𝐞 might be able to be a bit of a sneaky one there. But we'll save that for now. We'll try and have a stab at a few uniques. Playing 2000s leading goal kicker, for example. Like, maybe a bit tricky. Like leading goal kicker. Played in the 2000s. Maybe Justin Westhoff. No, never led the goal kicking. Well, there you go. Don't want to waste a undo there. 7 goals in a game for the Dogs. Oh, Josh Bruce instantly comes to mind. I think I'm just going to go for him. Played safe. 7 goals in a game for Sydney. Buddy, Ben Ronk. How many Roses kicked? Didn't he kick 7 or 6? I suppose he could be one. 7 goals, a lot. Like it's a hard one to get many unique ones. We'll just go Barry Hall. 3%. Played in the 2000s, 7 goals a game. A lot of options. A lot of options indeed. But first player, who was that guy again? He kicked a lot of goals in the final quarter against the Eagles for us. I think it was like Scott Lucas or something. Let's go David Neitz. Just a random player I thought of. Surely he's kicked 7. Alright, there we go, 1%. Okay, leading goal kicker. I'm just going to go Tom Papley. Alright, played in 2000s leading goal kicker. Daniel Bradshaw. Do you reckon he's led a goal kicking tally? I don't know. Would it be? I'm not actually sure myself. Last question. Oh, okay. Well, it applies to this one too because he did play in the 2000s. I might go. Well, I don't know why I thought of Justin Westhoff. I might go with another simple player. Maybe Jay Schultz. Surely he led goal kicking for a team. He did. Right, not a bad quiz. We'll take that 1% for him. And oh yeah, we're pretty unlucky with the 𝐼𝐴 one. Although that might have been a sneaky one. Probably should have gotten the unique though, but is what it is. Not a bad quiz. At least we completed. I think the one we did last week we weren't able to. We stuffed it up. And I think we actually got 2 incorrect guesses, so that's no good. Well, still 5 odd minutes until the second half. I might as well get the Warple going. Let's see what it is. So show silhouette. Okay, this one, not sure. Let's go like, it looks like a tall player. Let's go Nick Cox and have a look. Alright, he's number 13 at either Queensland or Western Australian club. So there's that. Logan Morris. There we go. Cool. Looked like him. I think I was sort of. I sort of clocked it. There we go. Logan Morris. I think that number 13 helped there a little bit as well. Boris, hopefully going well, my friend. Who do you think will win the match? Well, Sydney looking pretty firm favourites at the minute, given their margin. I expect us to find a way to win, but yeah, Dogs are still hanging around, so I expect us to get it done, but we'll see what happens. No worries, mates. No worries at all. Let's actually have a look at the tackles are 38 each. I was thinking maybe we'd be winning well in that stat, but what is nice to see, looking at the tackle numbers, James Jordan, 𝐼𝐴 𝐿𝐷RIC with 2. Yeah, plenty of players. We've got 2 players with 5 or more tackles, and then 4 players with 4 more tackles. So that's a good sight to see. Sticking the tackles a lot better, it feels like, this week as well, because last week against the Lions, geez, too many times they're able to get their hands free and away they go. Jeez, the Wheeze Eagles are... Crows are putting the foot down a bit, 59-22 in the other game. Well, we're not long until the second half. I remember we did this logic quiz from 𝐓𝐴𝐞𝐿. This was a fun one to do. And there is another one, so... Yeah, I'll quickly give you a... Oh, hold on a sec, I have to bloody... turn off the my ad blocker here so I can actually access this website, so just hold on a sec. But basically you see a question and you sort of have to assign it to a segment on the board. So as you can see here, if I zoom out a little bit, a lot of ads, apologies. Yeah, so basically if I go play quiz, so I have to answer this one. So all of my Adam Treloar teammates are in this row. My interstate rivals in a corner but not diagonal from me. So basically we have to click and put in the correct team. So all of Adam Treloar's teams are in this row. So yep, across as a row. So it's Giants, Dogs, Pies. So let's just go Collingwood here. Okay, no, so it'd be... I have to play it again. It'll be Collingwood here. And it'll be the Bulldogs here. Oh, cool. So yeah, and then you sort of just piece together the clues and stuff. So A2, the happy team are in B1, all feline teams. are in column 3. So B1, that has to be Hawthorn. We're a happy team at Hawthorn. All the feline teams are in column 3, so the 3rd column. My in-state rival is in a corner not diagonal from me. So that means that Sydney would be here, not diagonal from me. So surely Swans are here. There we go. Hayden Crozier's teams are in the corners. I think Fremantle... Did Hayden Crozier also playing for Fremantle? I can't remember. Queensland-based teams are on row E. All the feline teams. South Australian-based teams are in column 2. Was it Fremantle he played for? Yes, it was the Dockers. All the S teams are touching. Alright. So Swans... Does this count if the Suns are here? Let's have a look. South Australian teams are on column 2. So does that mean Gold Coast are here? No, it's not. Okay. Maybe the Suns are in this one then. And then, yeah, when you start again, you sort of have to... it's a bit of a memory game. Let's see if the Suns are in this one. No, it's not. Okay. Maybe... Oh, that's weird. I could have sworn the Queensland teams are in column 2, as it said. All the S teams are touching. Yeah, it's one you have to keep on redoing and replay, basically. Anyways, that's how you kill some time. We might do that in the future streams and work our way through it. It's a pretty fun one. All right. Well, all's in readiness for this second half. All right, so, okay, Butterick is out of the game due to an ankle injury, so that's one off the bench for the Dogs. That's no good. 27 points at half time. Yeah, a bit more of an even second quarter. I think we're definitely with the side that showed a bit more quality, whilst the Dogs were a little bit more inefficient, but yeah, you know, they can definitely snap their fingers the quality they've got, the Dogs, so we've got to watch out here. Underway for the second term. 8 goals, 5 plays, 3 goals, 8. Heaney now, row bottom, gets the clearance. And we'll just dribble this one forward. Sarong over this one against Cooper Hines. Went to ground a little bit too easy. Now Hines goes over the top here to Bontempelli. Looks behind him, not really much in the review mirror. And he'll blast here inside 50. Who can he find in the air? McCartan, a good spot, couldn't take the mark. Will Edwards attacks it well. Now Nick Blakey on his favoured left. And that's a nice kick. He finds Hanley out in a bit of space on the wing. Quickly plays on now. Shifts the hands to Matty Roberts on his favoured left. Loops the ball towards half forward. 1-on-1 here. McLean English on that one. Well, Big Timmy. Can he get the ground ball? Yes, he can, but pressure well from McLean. Geez, he is playing angry tonight, Hayden McLean. Good turnover. Hanley inside 50 now. Direction of Curnow. Does well there against O'Donnell. Snapping shot around the corner from Charlie. Yeah, sort of off balance there a little bit there from Curnow. Probably should have found a centering ball. Oh, good start there. How about that from Hayden McLean? Dush. Good tackle attempt. Force a turnover. Unlucky not to get the goal. Quick from the kick and the Dogs go. Lob now. Measures one towards the wing to find Artie Jones. Just hits a short one there to Bailey Dale. So Dale, is he going to try and cut something off in the corridor? No, he's going to go down the line. It's a good-looking kick for Lob, but no, Artie Jones somehow takes the mark in front of him. Not really much pressure on him, to be honest. So Jones now will find Cody Waitman at half forward. So some nice build-up play here for the Dogs. About this kick inside 50. He's got Richards on a short lead. He's just going to set it up to the tall timber. Norton can have a fly. Good spool again from Edwards. Another spool. Feels like every time the ball's coming near, it's a big spool from Edwards. Yeah, Jordan's done well to keep Bont somewhat quiet in that first half. Hopefully he doesn't get let off the leash. Waitman attacks it well. Oh, it's going to be a high free there. Yeah, he does it pretty well, Cody Waitman. And to be honest, a lot of small forwards do it pretty well, win those high contact frees. Well, he's been pretty quiet, Cody Waitman, this game so far. So it probably was a jumper hold free to lob anyways. So almost take your pick. Well, Waitman Can he get the Dogs first of the second half? This will do much good for their confidence to get back into this game. 𝐴 Waitman, 1 goal, 1 this season. Second game of the year. Kicks on its way. It's going to drift across the face. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, geez. Gordon's given away a bloody free kick. You can't be doing that, Errol. Oh, he's had a bit of a flop there, to be fair, Cody. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of both. Like, why do it, Gordon? But, geez, Cody's put a bit of mayo on that one. Well, it's going to be a 7-point play if the Dogs. Norton's going to line up in front. Yeah, I can't afford doing stuff like that. Well, no, Norton will go back here and get a bit of a gimme for the Dogs. And he does. Well, not the start that we would have hoped for this third term. 7-point play for the Dogs. Much needed for them. Game now, just 21 points. So it feels wide open. Feels a lot more closer than probably what we're thinking. 4 goals, 9 plays, 8 goals, 6. I don't know. Like, I think that's a bit dumb from Gordon. But at the same time, Jace, it's a bit soft at the same time. He does push him when he's got his head down, to be fair. So it's definitely there, but... free is there. Bit of an overreaction, but that happens. Right, well, come on. Let's put it behind us. And we started the quarter well with the scoring shot. So I don't want to go in our shells here. Ball back in the middle. Grundy hits it down. Bontempelli sharks are well now. Richards gets his hands free to Riley Sanders. He cuts in board. Gives the hands back to Bontempelli here. In good stride, the Bond. He goes from outside 50 deep to the square. Good spool from Tommy McCartan. Back in a dangerous spot potentially. Artie Jones will get the crumb. Has time and space for a snap around the corner. Artie Jones. This is... Ooh, that was a chance there. Gone begging. 4 goals, 10 for the Dogs. 8 goals, 6 Sydney's way. So the scoring shots are the exact same. The exact same. McCartan out to Rampy. And we'll go short here to Callum Mills. And now Chad Warner on the wing. Warner now lowers his eyes. A bit too cute with the kick. It was a bad kick, really. Going really right down 𝐵𝐴 𝐼𝐴 throat. So 𝐵𝐴 𝐼𝐴 and half back. Hits it inboard to Fraser. He drops his lollies but has time to recover and goes a long switch out wide to 𝐵𝐴 So now across here to James O'Donnell. And should be a mark for Kennedy. No, it's a marking infringement free against Rampy. So going to be Kennedy's ball. Aussie Trump, mate. Hopefully going well. Welcome to the stream, my friend. So 20-point margin in favour of City, but Dogs, yeah, it feels like as the game's gone on, they're marginally getting themselves back into the contest as they get another repeat entry here. Good spoil again from Edwards. Jeez, he's loving some spalls tonight. Got to stick that tackle. Well done from 𝐴𝐵𝐻𝐸. And yeah, holding the ball. I think we've been due a bit of a free. 𝐴𝐵𝐻𝐸's ball. Sanders had the arm pinned. A bit stiff from Sanders, to be fair. He just got the ball, but yeah, those ones can be paid. Cutting him now to Dane Rampy. As we'll go along down the line. So sort of outnumbered here, Charlie Curnow, as he's got, yep, Caulfield over on the side. Oh no, he's given away holding free. O'Donnell didn't need to do it. Curnow now quickly over the top. Should find Gordon, excuse me. Yes, he does. Oh, we could do with a good kick here from Errol. What can he muster here? McLean, maybe. He's going to go deep towards McLean. He's going to have to try and beat his way through. Who can hunt this ball? Chance for a few of the smalls. Rowbottom, a good tackle. Hunnelly as well. Umpire's ball. Yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah, hopefully Friday night's been pretty swell, mate. Welcome to the stream. Grundy with a hit out. Umpire's ball. Lob against Grundy. English is the sweeper in this stoppage. Not even going for the ruck contest. Another ball in. Grundy gets the hit out, falls over in the process, and we'll have another ball in. Another ball in here. Grundy hit out, row bottom around the corner. Can't get the bend on the kick. Had a bit of time there, to be fair, Rowie. Minor score. So from the kick and the Dogs go through Dale. Kick to a contest. Bont almost with the one paw, and it's actually going to be maybe a last disposal free. He said he touched it, Bont. Are we going to go to an arc for this or no? Looks like it's just is what it is. Okay. Rampy now down the line. Oh, geez, that's a good mark from Dale. How about that for a contested mark? Quickly goes inboard here to Lob. Not 15. Oh, no, the ball hit the ground. Fraser, a bit of a clever tap inboard to Richards. Now back here to Lob. Oh, a bit of a bad fumble. He's got to watch out. Good pressure there from Jordan. Ball to be won here. Fraser, twisting, turning. Should be ball. No, play on. Looks like he just got the hand pass out in time. Edwards. Oh, beautifully done. He's having a game again, Will Edwards. Dude's hopefully going well, mate. Los Angeles. Good to see a young Kinnear, or if you're an Aussie expat in the States, hopefully going well. That's not my usual super chat sound effect. So it's usually something else than that. It's probably because you put a sticker there or something. Thanks for Savory. Thanks very much for $1.50, mate. Looks like, did that ball stay in for Kern? Looked like it sort of did. Anyway, another ball in here. Grundy hits it into space. Selwood mops it up okay. Numbers arrive though. Curnow working hard. Heaney in there too. He gets the hands out nice to the chat. He has a bit of a blind snap to the teeth of the goals. And Hanley almost takes a pretty good mark. Another 450 stoppage it is. No, but hopefully going well, Diesel, mate. I'm sure you'll be flicking on the Socceroos at a much more convenient time tomorrow morning. Speaking of American time zones, 4 AM over here. Kennedy. Oh, that's going to be out in the full. Jeez. Lost his bearings there a little bit. Well, Jake Lloyd, he loves a goal on the run from these sort of positions on the field, but given he doesn't have the momentum on being on the run, probably on the cusp of his range here. We'll now set it up. Maybe Joel. Oh, almost only he had a fair bite at that. Umpire's ball it is. Getting a lot of forward 50 stoppages this game. We just can't seem to find a goal through most of them, or pretty much any of them. I can't recall we've gotten a goal from a 450 ball up. Grundy, maybe now. Rowbottom. Umpire's ball it is. American loves plays AFL Los Angeles. Used to live in Sydney. Oh no, good to hear, mate. Yeah, I've heard a lot of things about the American teams and stuff. AFL over in America, that is. Another 450 stoppage. Doing well to lock it in, I suppose. Clearing kick now from Kennedy. Spore again from Edwards. Make that, what, spore number 25 of this game? He's having plenty of them. I have to see the 1%ers post-game. And I think you'll be able to check the Spoils stats post-game as well. Selwood now breaks forever tackle. Hines just has to jag one on the shoe, but we're all set up here. Tom McCartan. Good pressure again on the inside. 4:35. Yeah, righto. Early start. But I suppose that's the sacrifice you've got to do when you've got to watch your Swannies. I'll have to see it. Cunners now. Well, doesn't hit Blakey on the full, but he has a bit of time to mop up and go across to Rampy here. McCartan, that's an interesting hand pass to T-Mac. Terrible. Looks like we've coughed it up here a bit. We have to be careful. McCartan, he redeemed himself, gives it back in board to Roberts. Now on board here to Rowbottom. The 1-2, Muddy. The South Australian goes whack from outside 50, inside 50, and all but Tim English is there. He quickly plays on now to 𝐓𝐴 𝐿𝐴. He's got to watch out. Hanley, good pressure there. Forces a turnover. That's well done. You know, I was thinking when we brought in Corey Warner and Hanley, could that translate to some forward pressure? When you see stuff like that, that's pretty handy. Cole now inside 50. Let's have a clunk here. 𝐼𝐶. Oh, geez, he got up, couldn't take the mark. Roberts now at ground level, gives it to 𝐼𝐴𝐴𝐶. And he's going to go with a pretty shallow kick, but it works nicely to 𝐼𝐶. He's got the leg here, I reckon. I think he's got the leg. He's a big kick of the ball. Let's see if he can slot this back. Slot this through, excuse me. Good vision from 𝐼𝐴𝐴𝐶. Had plenty of hang time on the kick, but it found 𝐼𝐶 all in his lonesome. 𝐼𝐶. How about that? Kick the winner against the Saints not long ago. Big kick of the pill. Rare goal kicker. Can he guide this one through? Big kick of the ball, but it's not going to actually make the distance, and it's going to be rushed through for a minor score. So, still yet to get a goal this third term, but we're knocking on the door, getting plenty of opportunities with inside 50s, but not really the most ambitious ball use, I'd say. A lot of long bombs, a lot of forward 50 stoppages, but we're getting looks. 22 points the margins. Cooper Hines marks at halfback. Hines now will go for a switch. And across to O'Donnell. And switch looks to be on. Sanders should get on the end of this one. Now on board to Timmy English. Just 15 for Bailey Dale. Yeah, no, that's a fair point from the commentary team. It feels like there's been a lot of these questionable 15-metre kicks that have been paid that don't look like 15 metres. Another ball in. Well, yeah, Jesus, it's been a bit of a strange third quarter. A lot of stoppages. It doesn't seem like a doesn't really seem like a wet night of footy. Usually when it's wet, it's just stop start. But yeah, tonight it just seems quite a bit of that. A lot of ball ups, a lot of boundary throw-ins. Grundy grabs out the ruck, gives the hands to Henny. He can't quite get it. Bit of a tricky one for him, to be fair. He was instantly tackled. Umpire's ball. Grundy with a hit out. Goulden hacks it forward. Nothing effective there. Richards Bont has a rare fumble. Roberts gets the kick forward. Hanley just got to get there, son. Bounce doesn't really favour it. Favours Selwood. He goes in again. Both players go in again. Hanley keeps his feet. Well done. Flicks the hands inboard to Goulden. In good hands here. Goulden now. It's a tricky kick for 𝐼𝐶. Maybe at the back here for Corey. Come on, take your chance. Son can't be fumbling there. Jeez, he's been a bit fumbly tonight. 𝐼𝐶 now. Centering kick. That went out of bounds. Damn. That would have been handy because he turned it over. Nothing at home there. Ed Richards to clear here for the Dogs. Flew up there, Nick Blakey. Bounced the ball, Fraser. Ball in centre wing. Yeah, I'll get up, Scott. Probably not 4, maybe 5, and just catch up a bit. You know, 4's a bloody push. 5's a bit better, but like bloody 4, Christ. But, you know, sacrifice, mate. Knockout game for Socceroos. They don't come around often. Grundy hits it down. 𝐼𝐶 gets the gather. Oh, Liberatore just rips it out of his mitts and gets it forward. Blakey tackled well, umpire's ball. Dogs not getting close tonight. Well, yeah, it's sort of that awkward margin where they kick a few in a row and then it's really game on, or we could kick away. But, you know, I think we're doing a lot right these last 10 minutes, but just can't buy a goal at the minute. No team can. As they do well here from the clearance, the Dogs. Waitman's non-preferred foot finds Bramble. It looks like he's playing a bit more forward this half. Well, that slips through a marking contest. Waitman now drops it short. Cunner's good closing speed. He can't take the mark. Artie Jones. Ball to be won. Sheldrick. Clean there to Mills. He flicks it across to Chad. And now to McCartan. Can we get a bit of space here? McCartan now. Here to Isaac Heaney. He's got Hamling one out. He wants to give it back to Chad. He's on here. Oh, no. He's dropped the kick short. No work. Caden Cleary marks. He had Hamling on a really good lead out towards the pocket, but instead Chad drops it short. I thought he was going to kick to Hamling there, but, well, here we go. Caden Cleary, set shot. Hold your breath. This could go anywhere. But there we go. We get some nice ball movement. It's been a bit of a stalemate this quarter, but we found some freedom. Started from 𝐼𝐶, really clean hands and tight. He was under pressure a bit, and Some nice slick hand passes there. It deserves a goal. Come on, Caden. Let's see if he can guide this one through. 10 goals. He's been a bit of a presence in the forward half, I think. Needs to start converting. Oh, geez, the set shots just start his strength, I tell you. Minor score it is. It's disappointing because, again, like I think he's been a real strong presence in the forward half, but he just can't convert these goals. But, you know, he can kick a banana set shot against the Cats. How about that? Unbelievable. But he can't do the fundamentals. 𝐴𝐸 now, that's a bad turnover from the Dogs. Mills now under the pump. That's not a tackling attempt. Corey, another fumble. Luckily, the ball fell into his mitts. Rowbottom now, deep to the square. Can we get a grab? Hard against English. He taps it back into play only as far as Lloyd. He gives the hands to 𝐼𝐸. He gives it back here to Corey. Trying to twist on his favoured left. He finds some space. Corey around the corner. Hits the post. Unlucky. Oh, doing all right this quarter. We just can't buy a goal. And I mean, the Dogs have had some chances this third quarter as well. 8 goals, 10 plays, 4 goals, 10. Directly a 4-goal game. Dale now. Across here to Fraser. And another forward half intercept. Good, and that's a bad kick. Come on, got to make him pay here. Inboard to Lloyd, to Mills. And the hand pass could have been on. But Lloyd now. He's going to go to 𝐴𝐸, one out. Oh, well done. No, he's dropped it, 𝐼𝐗𝐿. Well done from Corey, keeps it in play. 𝐼𝐸 has a bit of a fumble. Back to Corey, good hands to 𝐴𝐸, snapping shot. Oh, what a goal. What a goal from 𝐼𝐗𝐿. There we go. We stuff up the sort of easier opportunities, but we kick that. Nice from 𝐴𝐸, so he redeems himself after dropping that mark just before. Kicks a beauty. Oh, it was about time, I tell you. Felt we're due a bit of a... I felt we're due simply a goal. We've been pretty dominant in these last 10 minutes, locking the ball in the front half, pressuring really well. And there we go. I mean, he had Fraser as a direct opponent. He pushed him out. Just, he dropped the chest mark. But well done there from Corey, keeping it in play. Yeah, 𝐼𝐸 had a bit of a fumble, but he recovered at least. Spilt the ball to Corey, to 𝐴𝐸. And no one on the goal line there. So 𝐴𝐸 was just had the freedom there to snap it through. Here we go. We've got a good angle for this one, I reckon. Oh, bloody Luke Kennedy's in the way of it. No, we just saw it bounce through. Nice from 𝐴𝐸. Well, it's a 5-goal game now. 5:46 to play. 1 goal 5 to 1 goal 2 this quarter in favour of Sydney. McLean hits it down only as far as Liberatore. He has a few fumbles, but finally gets possession and just a blind hack around in there, around the corner, excuse me. Clever little punch there from Sanders. Hands weren't great from Kennedy. Mills mops up. Sheldrick, Gordon has to be careful, does well. Good offloading hand pass Sheldrick. Another one too to 𝐶𝐿𝐼𝐻, and now back to Mills. Some of the hand passes in time, it's been pretty solid tonight. Corey Warner now. That's a beautiful kick. Really good vision to find Rowbottom. He's had a good last few minutes, Corey Warner. Rowbottom now. Deep kick to the pocket. 𝐴𝐸, he's had a few cracks there. Can he have another one? No, it's McLean. I thought that was 𝐴𝐸. I couldn't tell from the camera angle, but Hayden McLean takes the mark. Yeah, he's been a big presence this evening, I should say, excuse me. Def not getting up to watch the Ramble 2 hours for a penalty shootout. They get so much dough. Yeah, I do wonder that as well, Kel. Like, geez, some of the world's best, they get paid a fortune, don't they? Compare it to here, like, bloody hell, it's bloody worlds apart. It's fucking crazy. But, you know, it is the world game for a reason. A lot of money in it. Well, McLean just has to do the job here. Point blank range. Yeah, that's good. 2 in a row, though. 2 important ones as the game's now out to 36 points. 4 goals, 10 plays, 10 goals, 10. McLean's got 3. Yeah, he's having a really good game. Now, been a lot of talk about, are we going to lose McLean? Are we going to lose Amani? But I tell you, past these 4 tools we've got of McLean, Amani, McDonald and 𝐶𝐿𝐼𝐻, there's not really much depth-wise. We've got young Max King and Liam Heatherton is pretty much our only key forward depth. So it feels like we can't afford to lose any of these guys. They're important assets. Unless we poach a key forward, maybe via trade. Goes to show how important the 𝐶𝐿𝐼𝐻 acquisition's been in the grand scheme of things, I reckon. Good stuff from McLean. He's got 3, having a good night. So 10 goals, 10-70, plays 4 goals, 10-34. So really, apart from that 𝐚𝐞 𝐎𝐿𝐿 free kick and the 7-point play, the Dogs just haven't really hit the scoreboard that much this quarter. That's a great tackle from Jordan. Geez, Jordan is having a night. He's doing really well with his tackling discipline and shutting down both a bit of Bont and Richards when he's got the matchup on him. And this is an unfamiliar territory. Last year, even though we lost against the Dogs, Bont and Richards had really quiet games, and Jordan had a really good game on Richards, so they're quiet so far tonight. Golden snap around the corner. No, didn't get the purchase on it. Not preferred kick, to be fair. Not 15. Bouncing ball. We'll find the boundary. Yeah, that's interesting. So they've put 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐿 on the board to help, I suppose, a bit of this Swans blitzkrieg, because the tall defenders for the Dogs have struggled a bit tonight, and they're giving Lobb the ruck duties. Given 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐿 was pretty awful, let's be honest, in the ruck the first half. He was getting soundly beaten by Grundy. Now Bontempelli finds some space out the front to Croft. Edwards, can he hold his ground? Nah, he's giving away a free. Unlucky. He's been pretty solid tonight, Will Edwards. But he's giving away a free there. Looks like he held his arm a bit too much there. Oh, looks like a goal coming up here for the Dogs. Yeah, no, definitely holding the arm. Freeze there. Definitely there. So Croft been pretty quiet tonight. He had a really good marking opportunity in the first quarter, and apart from that, he's been a bit of an onside. So just has to do the job here and slot this through. As he does. Back to 30 points. So 3 minutes to go here till 3/4 time. Oh, yeah, the pressure's been pretty solid all night, but there you go. We allow the Dogs to just shift a few quick hands, and out they get out the front. So I suppose they've been pretty solid in that aspect of the game tonight, defending transitions. So you can't defend them all, I suppose. Free's definitely there. I mean, Edwards had a clear hold of the arm. Out on McLean for 7 weeks. Come Thursday, trade him for Jeremy Cameron. Worst performance. 7 weeks on Thursday. Oh, is this fantasy or something, mate? Because yeah, usually like key forwards just aren't you want. Oh, that is a fucking stonewall high on Roberts. What on earth is that? How is that play on? Geez, some of these non-calls tonight. I don't usually complain about the umps, but like fucking hell. I mean, that just has to be clear as day. Anyway, we get the ball forward here. Nick Blakey can't quite hit the door. Selwood's dropped his marbles. Bontempelli gets in the way though. Clearing kick now from Selwood. This one will drop short. Tricky one for Cole. Awkward bounce. Good hands from Edwards. Sweeps it across here to Matt Kennedy. And now, can he hit a good target? He'll drop it short here and find Croft on the mark. Ah, geez, what on earth are we doing? Edwards has given away another free. And I've been praising him as well this whole game, and he's given away another free. Jeez, I mean, I tell you, that's a... I don't know, I think that's a bit of a... I think defenders do that pretty often. You know, just a little arm around trying to regain coordination of their direct opponent, sort of behind the ball. Like, fucking hell. 50-metre penalty for Croft. Chance for 2 in a row. And 2 in a row for the Dogs. Bit stiff there against Edwards. I suppose it is what it is. Yeah, fantasy, yeah. Usually with fantasy, like your key forwards, you want to stay away from. McLean probably didn't have much value at the start of the year, but Cameron, yeah, Jeremy Cameron's probably one of the better averaging forwards this year, to be fair. But yeah, geez, he was quiet last night. Terrible. He had, what, 2 touches or something? Probably one of his worst games of his career. Oh, I mean, that's not a lot. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think there's much in that free kick. The other one's definitely fair enough. All right, let's just put it behind us. It is what it is. Back to 24 points. Damn, that's killed our flow. Hopefully it hasn't killed our flow because we had a good third quarter. Well, they'll definitely take it. Could this be a bit of momentum for the Dogs? Heaney down to Chad. Forward hand pass to Grundy's pretty nice. Now Roberts for the handball receive. He's having a go on his right here. In the back. No, nothing given there. 𝐴𝐿𝐼, bouncing ball. Does it favour him here? Not quite. Out the full. Out in the full. Let's call it out in the full, lads. Yeah, no, along the ground. Along the ground. Imagine that, like late in the grand final. That would be pretty controversial. Grundy hit out, only as far as Bont. Flicks the hands to Richards. He clears here for the Dogs. Hardy Jones flies. Rampy under this one, so as Will Edwards. Needs to redeem himself. I know he's a bit unlucky, but he's given away the freeze. Heaney sockers it forward. Richards over this one. That's the hands, a bit of a 50-50 one. Caulfield, though, good body work. Sweeping hand pass over the top now to Fraser, excuse me. And they've got a bit of time and space now, the Dogs. Bit of run. McNeil on the wing. Measures a nice kick here to Aaron Norton. Cody Waitman, excuse me. Minute 10 till three-quarter time. Dogs would like, you'd think, a quick one here before three-quarter time again. As Bramble now goes inside 50 to the pocket. Edwards in a good spot. And there's this ball again. Well done. Probably not the greatest kick, to be honest. Inside 50, right down Will Edwards' throat. Lloyd now to Roberts. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's high. No, Roberts surely got... Oh, no, he didn't get the hand pass out there. Jeez, lucky there, Roberts. Would have been holding the ball. McCart now short to Blank. He'd probably just want to kill off this quarter here. No, don't do anything crazy. And looks like that's what we're going to be doing. Sarong now. Now to Mills. Mills out across to Blanky. 15 seconds to go. And we've done it well. Oh, geez, overall positive quarter, but geez, I feel these a few stiff calls, I reckon. But the first three was definitely, the other one was pretty stiff against Edwards. It's 24 points. It's pretty much the exact same at half time. A few in a row to us. Dominance, to be honest, and then Dogs have been able to capitalise on a few inside 50s themselves. Overall, pretty solid quarter, though. Pressure's been really good for the most part. You know, we've really stifled them. We've been pretty sound around the ball, and yeah, I mean, there was a forward 50 dominance, really, that quarter. It felt like most of the quarter, that ball was just living in our forward half. So a lot we did right, but yeah, a bit of a shame about a few stiff calls, but it is what it is. It happens. And so we can get back on the horse and finish off this game well, because we've been leading all day, really, and we've kept them at bay. So let's hope we can do that come the final term. Anyway, stats at three-quarter time. Yeah, Grundy, probably a little bit quieter of a quarter, I suppose. But yeah, he still had 10 hit-outs in the quarter. Isaac Heaney had a big third term with that lovely goal from the boundary, 22 touches. Charlie 𝐴𝐿𝐼, obviously with the 4 goals, 1 and 10 disposals. McLean, I'm really liking his presence tonight. 10 touches and a goal. McCartan been really sound in defence. Chad, bit of a quieter third term, but getting going, getting by. Had a pretty productive first half with now on 17 disposals. 𝐴𝐿𝐼 with 19 touches for him. Roberts, 19 disposals. Jai Sarong with 15. Bailey Dale's been really solid all evening. He's got 26 disposals and obviously kicked the first for the Dogs. Eddie Richards with 23 touches, been pretty sound. Bontempelli's been a lot more quiet. We're able to clamp him pretty well for three quarters. Hopefully we don't let him off the chain too much, because he can definitely do some special things. Joel Fraser, 14 disposals to his name. But yeah, I think for the most part we've been able to shut down their weapons quite nicely, and we've gotten the game for the most part in our terms. It's been a bit of a slog, like a lot of stoppages. It's not been the most free-flowing game. A lot of unrewarded effort, I feel, with the repeat entries and repeat stoppages. But you have 𝐼𝐚𝐭𝐞𝐬 kick that beauty from the boundaries. So, yeah, there's still quite a bit to like with the quality we've been able to throw tonight. Yeah, a bit stiff calls, 𝐼𝐶. I mean, the first one against Edwards was definitely there. He held his arm, but the other one was a bit stiff. Like, just corralling your opponent. I think we see that quite often. Defenders usually do that. Am I wrong? Like, they usually just have a little engage, little check. I don't think he held him for too long. Norton probably played it a bit. But again, like, it's past us now. There's not much point dwelling on it. You get unlucky and lucky with umpires. That's what the reality is. So Crows up by 6 goals in the other game. Looking like they're playing pretty well. Now, look, let's just put our good footy ahead of ourselves, I suppose, 𝐼𝐶, mate. Yeah, no, it's easy to get frustrated with umpires, but it is what it is. Just join us, lads. 3/4 time. It's the Swannies by 4 goals. We've been keeping them at bay pretty much all evening long, so hopefully we just continue to do that and not let it turn into a close game. But yeah, I think we've done a lot right at the same time. We just got to keep the pressure up, lock it in the forward half, and keep them at bay. Good to see 𝐓𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐴 𝐿𝐼𝐿𝐼 out there with the top on, with the jacket on. Yeah, and I tell you, like, it feels like we're missing a bit of 𝐼𝐴 as well. So yeah, we definitely have some outs, but still have quality out there to win. Well, we go, lads. Third quarter, full term about to be all in readiness. And yeah, English still in defence. So yeah, he had a bit of an ordinary first half. Let's be real, in the ruck, and played all third quarter in defence, and he will be walking to the back line for this fourth quarter as well. So he will be staying there. Well, let's see what happens, I think we've been pretty solid all night with our hunt and energy and intensity pressure, so let's hope that continues. Ten goals, 10 play, 6 goals, 10. And the way for the fourth term. Heaney now gets first possession out to Chad and out to 𝐼𝐴. Poetry in motion as he goes now inside 50 the Lizard, deep to McLean. Oh, does that spoil off Caulfield's head? Looks like it did. Gouldin, this one will stay in play for him. To Lloyd, back to Gouldin, trying to find some space. Gouldin around the corner. Not a bad effort. Top of the square, probably going to be spoiled through here. 𝐴𝐿𝐼 somehow marked it. 𝐼𝐴 has somehow marked it. Wow. Oh, just give a goal for fuck. Gotta come round your mark. Oh, bloody hell. Get out of town, Umpy. Well, 𝐼𝐴 should goal this. I mean, that's just unforgivable from the Dogs' defence. How on earth have they not killed that? There's been a few of those tonight. 𝐼𝐴 had another one where he marked it out the back in the second term. That got to be better than that. Well, 𝐼𝐴 around the corner should be slotting this through for his fifth, which he does. Lovely stuff. And 𝐼𝐴 is leading the Coleman. Prefer a flag, but, you know, it's good to see his production's up and about. Again, though, the Dogs' defence has to do much better than that. But nicely done there from the centre bounce. We shift the hands. Some of our centre bounce work tonight's been really good. And to be fair, the first half against the Lions, I thought we were pretty good in the centre bounces. There were times where we just kept on winning it out of the middle. We weren't the most, we're pretty bad with using the ball. So dangerous kick from Blake and McLean brings it to ground. Gordon 1-2 with Lloyd, centres the ball. Somehow 𝐼𝐴 marks it, we'll take it. Ball back in the middle, we'll get the first of the fourth. Back to 30 points as Ed Richards hacks it forward from a 50-50 contest. Lewis flies, can't take the second bite of the cherry. Tackle from Sarong. And we'll now have another ball up here. Yeah, in the Coleman now, Charlie 𝐼𝐴, Aussie. Umpire's ball. Grundy hits it down. Heaney held with one arm, and we'll get the free. So he's going to go a wide switch here. Probably a bit too wide for Tom, but it works. Now shifts the hands to Cunners. Good run here. And works it nicely to Gordon. Kicking's been a lot better tonight. Gordon now plays on. Goes inside 50 towards the pocket. And a good spoil from O'Donnell. Ball in. So another forward 50 stoppage Sydney's way. Grundy with another hit out. No, sorry, grabs out of the ruck and coughs it up as they clean out the Dogs via a series of hand passes, and Kennedy's hack forward, but not the most efficient, as 𝐸𝐼𝐴 mops up well. And a nice measured kick to Lloyd on the wing, and he's got Gordon on the overlap. Errol now on his favoured left towards half forward. We'll take it. Not a 450 stoppage, a stoppage just outside our 450, in fact. Just joined, lads. Sydney by 30 points. Pick the first of the final term thanks to Charlie 𝐼𝐴. He's got 5 goals and now leading the Coleman, if you don't mind. 11 goals 10, plays 6 goals 10. So another ball in here. Grundy gets the hit out. Gordon, oh, he tripped over there a little bit. And that should be on the ball. Ed Richards just coughed it up, nothing given. I think he just knocked his head out, Errol. Now Bontempelli did well to evade a tackle. Looks like he's okay, Errol. High ball from Bont. Mills a good spoil. Yeah, we've defended the aerial contest really well tonight. A lot of spoils. Doesn't feel like we've conceded a lot of contested marks. I mean, usually those are actually paid as high contact frees, but nothing there. Roberts now. Tackle well from Bont. Umpire's ball. Ball up here. Going to be free to Grundy. To me, that's a classic ruck lotto free. It felt like both players were holding each other there. No one was getting to the drop of the ball. Grundy now. To the wing. Roberts out-muscled there from Matt Kennedy. Misses a tackle. That's going to be on the ball. Dale pin from Heaney. Umpire's ball. Gives him a little bit of a dump after too, Isaac. That's pretty nice. But again, the tackling tonight's been really good. Spearheaded there with 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐸. Now, a bit of a shallow entry, but it's another ball in. 6.5, just under 7 minutes till three-quarter time in the other game. Eagles up by roughly 6 goals. In fact, it is a directly 6-goal game in that one. Whilst this one's a directly 5-goal game, so both similar margins for your Friday night. Grundy and Lobb do battles in the ruck here again. Lobb, I think he got that hit out that time. Richards overruns the ball. Miss kicks it. 𝐓𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐵 backing him up though. Dale under the pump. Miss tackle there. Dale now explores the corridor. The good kick to find Luke Kennedy. Trying to find a handball option. And he gets on there to 𝐓𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐵. And they're at the front here now, the Dogs. Inside 50 their way. Edwards arriving. 𝐷𝐞 𝐎𝐥𝐝 can't take the mark. Ball to be won here. Lewis gives it now to Croft. He swifts a hand pass to Marty Jones, but he's tackled well from Mills. Good stuff there from 𝐴𝐿. So 4:50 stoppage here for the Dogs. Grundy wins the hit-outs. Cunningham just has to clear this one, and he does around the corner. Lloyd has to hold firm, and he almost takes a mark against 𝐿𝐴𝐿. That would have been nice. Dropped his lollies, though. Kennedy now, a centering ball. High ball up here. Looks like we've got some numbers in the air. Good roving there from Luke Kennedy, and he's missed the youngster. He did kick his first before the bye against, I think it was the Saints. So that would have been a nice one for his young career, but he's put it across the face. Croft there giving a bit of lip to Rampy. Mills now goes inboard to Rowbottom. Oh, Blakey, bit of a fumble. Has to cough up his own work and go back here to Mills. What's going on? Bloody hell, Will Lewis giving a bit to Nick Blank. It's all happening here, ladies and gentlemen. Bit of biff going on. Jeez Louise, and we've got players now flopping, hitting. So it's all happening here. Strong drops the kick short to 𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐼. 𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐼 now, deep ball inside 50. Humbling through his mitts. No, sorry, that was McLean. 𝐵𝐿𝐼 inboard, hand pass. Can't quite find Chad. No, yes, he can. That will be holding the ball. Playing the holding free. No, it's not ball. 𝐵𝐿𝐼 now, that's a throw. Jeez, that was a clear throw, I thought, from Hines there. Let's see. Oh, just a bit of a nudge in the old guts. Richards now. Bit of spice in this game. Minor score it was. Rush through from Bailey-Dale. They go quick from the kick in and now explore the widths of the SCG across to Bramble. And hits a good spot with a kick to find Norton. And he quickly plays on now, Astro Nort. And a good smother there from Cunners. He's having a much better night tonight, Cunners. I thought he was off the pace last week against the Lions, but he's been pretty solid. Bloody hell, everybody. It's all happening here. Christ, we've got the lead, gents. Let's just settle. Gotta love it, eh? Richards, got the clearance. High ball up. Rampy's got to go back with a flighty, I reckon. Norton, good spoil from Edwards. Another spoil. Roberts leaves it behind him. 𝐻𝐻𝐸 now. Great pick-up. Good tackle from Waitman. That's going to be a last disposal free. Assist throw it in. Okay, looks like it was touched with the offloading hand pass attempt from 𝐻𝐻𝐸. Oh, geez, bit of spice in this game in the last few minutes. I suppose this adds a bit of the entertainment for the neutrals for the Friday night. Really, for any footy fan, it adds a bit of entertainment, I suppose. Jordan now wins it at the source. Now to 𝐻𝐻𝐸. Gets it forward here for Sydney. McLean, that's a good win against 𝐵𝐵𝐿𝐼. Jeez, he's been great tonight, McLean. And now he'll go inside 50 here. High ball up. 𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐼 going to fly for this one, maybe. 𝐵𝐿𝐼 brings it to ground. 𝐽𝐼 head over the ball. Extracts it out. Row bottom he's trying to do as well. 𝐿𝐴𝐼, good hunt. Flicks the hands back to Grundy. Bit of a iffy hand pass. Works okay for Lloyd. Taps it back to McLean. Back here now to 𝐻𝐻𝐸 trying to find some space. Hacks it now. Deep kick into the square. They've got some numbers. And looks like 𝐿𝐴𝐼's given away a free. No, 𝐼𝐶𝐞 given away the free. Now, James O'Donnell across here to Sanders. Sanders now long down the line. You expect him to, and he does. Lewis unable to take the mark. Well defended, but Bonts gets the spillage now across here to Jordan Croft. He's running himself into a bit of a roadblock here, and this one will go out for a ball in. What's going on here? Apparently it's a last disposal free. Okay. I thought it fell off a thigh or something there. Okay, we'll take it. Well, Blake was about to come off for a spell. He'll get another tick on the stat sheet and now come off. Oh, I suppose we'll take it. Reward for pressure there, I suppose. That was nicely done on the wing. Sarong now. Sarong now inside 50. Nope. Chad has a bit of a fly there and sort of overruns the ball in the process. Umpire's ball here, forward 50 stoppage. 13-11. Still left in this game. 𝐶𝐞 just getting his shoulder looked at. Still on the field, so he's okay. Grundy hits it down. Richards, Chad bursts his way through. Centering kick. Lloydie. Oh, the bodywork was clever. Matty Roberts on his wrong side. Gives it across to McLean. Trying to find something. Lloyd provides another option. On his left shoe, Jackie Lloyd. Oh, clever stuff from the old campaigner. Finds Charlie Curnow in the middle of the field. Make it work there. It's been a bit of an ugly watch at times for the most part tonight. Oh, yeah, that's just an accidental play there from Chad. Just a bit of bad luck. Hits 𝐶𝐞 on the head. It's no good. Good to see he's back on his feet. Charlie Curnow to make it number 6, if you don't mind. He's having a performance tonight for his 6th. Kicked 7 against the Dogs last time out. Can he make it number 6 tonight? Charlie Curnow. He has split the middle. Beautifully done. Back out to 6 goals, winning this 4th quarter. 12 goals 11, plays 6 goals 11. Let's see this again. Yeah, Chad just runs past the ball. And yeah, that's a nasty one there for 𝐶𝐞. Obviously not Chad's fault. Just looking at the ball, attacking it. Grundy hits it down. Ball to be one here at the source. Richards attacks it well. And he gets it forward here for the Dogs. Inside 50 now. Artie Jones out the front. Oh, he's given away high there, Rampy. It's been pretty solid tonight, Ramps. That's probably the first throw I think he's given away tonight. Fred Artie Jones. Yeah, so 𝐶𝐞's going to have an HIA there. Yeah, they have to get him off. It's sort of with the new rules now. When the medical staff detect that, yeah, we've got to give this guy a test, he's got to come off. So it's all similar to blood rule though, where they've got to stop the game. Anyways, Artie Jones. Let's see if he can slot this through. And he does the trick. So they'll go back to the Dogs. So 30 points, 5 goals. 11:20 to play. 12 goes 11 plays, 7 goes 11. So 𝐼𝐵 on the bench at the minute. So ball back in the middle. The Dogs get a goal from a centre bounce. I'd probably like to see free of the replay at least. No, they're just showing 𝐼𝐵. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, he's a bit ginger. Looks to be okay. Maybe out next week. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Hopefully he's all right. Ball back in the middle here. Just need to kill this game. Been leading all night long. Beautifully done there from Gus. Some of his hands and tights been good tonight. Gould with the centre clearance. McLean brings it to ground. Hanley to hunt this one. Leaves it a bit behind him, but the good repeat effort with a good tackle. Umpire's ball. Grundy with a hit out. Richards getting plenty of the ball tonight for the Dogs, especially in these stoppages. McNeil with the kick forward. Mills with the spoil. Loses quite a bit of ground with that spoil, but at least the ball finds the boundary. Just joined us, lads. Almost halfway through this fourth quarter, sitting by 30 points. Grundy another hit out. Luke Kennedy tracks it well though. Bit of a fumble. Brings it back in. Tackle from Rowbottom. Yeah, he's a small lad by the looks of it, Luke Kennedy. He's still got a lot of bulk to put on him. He looks like a bit of a child out there, to be honest, against the likes of Heaney and stuff. But I've heard he's an impressive young player. Richards having a good night. Probably the disposal's been a little bit hit and miss. Is this one better? Well, he puts it at least in a dangerous spot. Buku swung forward here. Waitman left the ball behind him. Lewis. Just a high centering kick. Who's it on there? Blanky. Oh, surely front on there for Lizard. No, nothing given. Mills now just clears it into space. This one will be a trigger on for McLean. English with a hit out, almost like a ruck style. Clever tap there from Cleary. He's done some good things tonight, Caden. Now Lloyd. Losing a player, and Roberts holds his width on the wing. Takes a bounce now, Matty. Takes another. Just going to hold it up and now go inside 50. This one, pretty shallow entry. McLean can fly, though. Ground level, Luke Kennedy, good pick up to Selwood. Now to Rory Lobb. Libba, he's got to watch out. Just gets the hands away. Selwood now. Good pressure there from Blanky. Ball just doesn't really bounce. Now favoured, to be fair. They've got some good numbers around this one, the Dogs. They keep the flow going here through Riley Sanders. Chips one over the top to Bailey Dale, who can run. He's got Cody Waitman in the pocket. Does he see him? No, he's going to cut it short to Buku. Can he get there against Cunners? No, he can't. Well defended from Cunners. Probably a bit poor there from Buku. Didn't come back. Cunners read it really well. Callum Mills now, kick to the wing. Should find McLean and holds well against Tim English. McLean now plays on. They've got the numbers here back with a flight. He's got to go. Yep, no, good spoil there from Lobb. So another forward 50 stoppage here our way. Heaney resting forward. So, yep, 𝐼𝐵 in the concussion protocols. Hopefully he's all okay. Jordan now. Harry Cole from outside 50. Jeez, he gives it a good crack, but rushed through. Minor score. So 31 points the margin, 8:56 to play. They've been a little bit bunged up tonight, the Dogs. With 𝐼𝐵 going down, and they had Butterick go down for all this second half. Butterick now out of the 50. Allen Mills takes the mark. Looks like Grundy's had a bit of a hold there. So he's free. Now on board here to Rory Lobb, and he's got a bit of space here to attack with a good entry, but it's a bit of a nothing kick, really. I think that just sums up the Dogs' night, to be honest. Yeah, the ball use just hasn't been very clean tonight for the Doggies. So 4:50 stoppage here for the Dogs. McLean with a hit out. Gained some metres off that one. Good tackle from Rowbottom. Pressure has been fantastic tonight. which is a pleasant thing to see because the pressure's been probably one of the weaker areas of our game since we've slumped a bit this back half of the season. So it's good to see that, we've really put the hammer down tonight. It's not been probably the most quality game of footy, but seeing a game where you most likely play well off pressure and hunt and intensity rather than probably slick and free-flowing Harlem Globetrotter-like football is a good sight to see. Looks like Henny will just spend the remainder of the game resting forward here. Yeah, it looks like the case, Colin, mate. If you don't see another score in probably in the next couple of minutes, McLean, row bottom, just spits it out. Lob now works it forward. Waitman to Norton. And this one could work for Buku. And he takes a good mark. Back with the flight. Well, they got a bit of a spillage forward there, and Norton hit a good spot. Well, a lot better there. Into space for Buku to go and get. Let's have a look at the three-quarter time score on the other game. 86-56. Directly a 5-goal game in favour of the Crows. There's Beeston and Feaston. Jordan Dawson, 21 touches. Roy Landers had a stack of it with 22. Isaac Rankin, 22 and a goal. Let's see if Buku can slot this through. He's had a bit of a mare of a night, so he's missed. Sums up his night, I suppose, too. So back now to Blakey. Now back here to Cal Mills. Mills to 𝐓𝐿𝐷. And Lob takes the mark out in front, so just didn't get much purchase on that kick, 𝐓𝐿𝐷. Yeah, no, I'll get up for it early, Safa. Probably not at 4, but probably 5, and then I'll just sort of catch up on it. Norton flies. Now Kennedy out the front. Does it swing back? No, it doesn't. Found a bit of space there. Matt Kennedy couldn't convert. So 29.625 to play. Golden vocals, my man. No, I'm not a bad singer, mate. Nah, I assume you mean the commentary. No, I appreciate it, Golf, mate. Always joy calling the games. I was actually going to do last night's game, but had the Stat Chat quiz again. So make sure to stay tuned, lads. I was on season 2 for the Creator Classic, on for season 3. They're great guys at Stat Chat. Do so many awesome quizzes, so it's great fun. We're all good guys, and so see how I go. 5 a.m. will be halfway through the game. Do you understand offside rule? I've got a pretty good gist of soccer rules. Like, I'm a pretty big soccer fan. Like the one today, pretty unlucky for Croatia because it hit a Portugal defender. So technically, he's touched it last. The offside doesn't count, but because it's sort of a deflection, that doesn't count as an intentional pass back or anything. So offside will apply. So they were pretty stiff. That was a great game, the Portugal and Croatia one. Like, fucking hell, that second half, oof. I mean, Ronaldo will continue his last dance. And, Croatia pretty stiff. And a lot of Croatians here, obviously, in Australia. So I think there'll be a lot of upset ones today. Modric's last World Cup, too. Anyone actually got 23-0? I've got it once. Had a few cracks at it. But I had a few dodgy ones and I just gave up. But I think I've gotten one before. I've gotten a few 22s. Well, 5 minutes to go. It looks like really, the game just sort of stayed around this 20 to 30 point margin all night. Haven't really had the ability to put the foot down and really make this a thumping win, yet the Dogs just haven't had the quality to get back into the game. And they've had some opportunity, they've had some chances, they've just been really wasteful tonight. And I suppose no excuses for the Dogs. They only have 3 in the injury list heading into the game tonight. Only 3. Bailey Williams is he's a pretty important role player for them. That's fair enough. I mean, 𝐼𝐿𝐴 is a fringe player, and obviously Sam Darcy. Like, they're not going to be their absolute best without him. But I suppose every team has a few key players out here or there, like Hawthorn with all day, like us with Goulded. But yeah, a disappointing night for the Dogs. I expected much better. But also at the same time, I didn't know how to feel tonight. Were we going to be a bit shaky around the contest and without pressure and inability to really get the game on our terms? That was what I was a bit concerned tonight. But geez, some of the pressure has been really good. You know, especially against like this dog side, I think if you're just able to sort of break even in the clearances and contested ball, you can try and outdo them with quality, and I think that's what we've shown tonight. Anyway, Kennedy, well done there from 𝐼𝐴. Good tackle. Umpire's ball. Do you like this new top 10 thing? I don't mind it, Safro. I suppose it creates a bit of, you know, it's an extra game come September, so it's some entertainment, I suppose. And, you know, I think the game evolves, rules change, more teams eventually. Now 𝐼𝐴 coming in, and eventually there's going to be a 20th. So I think 10 was always inevitably going to happen for finals. But creating the extra funnel, there you go. Chad now quickly plays on. Goes deep to the square. For 𝐼𝐴, he deserves a goal. He's worked hard tonight, Joel. I think the tools tonight have been really good. Especially with a few, like a quality out there tonight. I know Marty's been out of form, but still he's an important player when he's up and about. Same with Gadon too. He's having a really good year. But, yeah, 𝐴𝐐𝐞, it's really been the 𝐶𝐼𝐴 𝐿𝐼 show, but McLean's been such an awesome presence tonight. And even 𝐼𝐴, he's done a bit of a defensive forward role tonight. It feels like he's been able to not allow opponents to fly up to marks and etc. So, no, it kicks a goal. And he's actually a pretty prolific goal kicker in the VFL since he's joined the club. Because we've had some injury woes across the years where he's had to play forward for seasons, for pretty much whole seasons. 2024, a good example. I think he led the goal kicking for us in the VFL. Well, there you go. Corey Warner gets a bit of toe. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much in that sort of dead period of the game now where you can sort of downhill ski a little bit. Corey Warner finds some freedom. Chad gets the goal assist to 𝐼𝐴. In Canberra, yeah, I don't know. Like, I am a Canberran, but it just wouldn't feel right having an AFL team here. I just don't think the resources nor the interest is big enough to have an AFL team. The infrastructure really needs to improve as well. You can't be having 𝐼𝐴 as a home ground. It's not big enough. And it's very... 𝐼𝐴 is very similar to the 𝐓𝐴, I suppose, in a way, where it's like right in the middle of a suburb, not like sort of out in the, you know what I mean? Like it's really crammed in the middle of 𝐼𝐴. 𝐼𝐴 is the suburb where it sits. So it's very similar to the 𝐓𝐴. So I don't know, like I suppose extensions could happen, bigger stands and stuff. It's a very nice ground. And then when you think of, you know, Canberra as well, there's all those rugby teams as well. And the 𝐴𝐿 Stadium, the rugby stadium here in Canberra is an absolute shithole. So just in general, the infrastructure for sport in Canberra isn't really the greatest. 2.5 minutes to play. We shift there. I've liked our hand passing tonight. Like I suppose the Dogs' pressure's been a little bit suspect here or there, but yeah, we've looked pretty clean with our hand passing in tight. Looking a lot more like a galvanised team, unlike like. Yeah, I don't know about Haley tonight. I think he's struggled a little bit. Cleary's probably been the best small forward out of the lot, and Corey had some decent moments here or there. Had a nice little purple patch in the third. Another spore from Will Edwards. How many spores has he had tonight, Will Edwards? I'll love to see his spores in the stat sheet at the end of the game. I don't think we'll be able to view it yet. It's one of those stats where you have to wait like up to half an hour after the game for Champion Data to process the stats, and then you can look at the spores. But he'll have a lot. Loving his game. Lloyd now shifts a kick towards half forward, finds 𝐶𝐼𝐴 𝐿𝐼. A minute and a half to go. As I said, Buddy Rocals will be checking in tomorrow. I appreciate golf. I don't think I am streaming tomorrow. Don't think there's really any marquee games on. I don't stream the Socceroos. But I know a lad who does. Make sure to tune in to Pommy and Oz, lads. He's a great friend of the channel, great content creator. He's been streaming the Socceroos games, so make sure to tune into him. Who's selling? Sorry, need 4 more disposal for Marcus. Oh, yeah, he's had a quiet night, Marcus. And he usually loves a good game against us too, so... Yeah, it's a bit... it's a bit of an odd one, eh? Like, he's been quiet. Richard's probably been the best out of their midfielders, even though his disposal's been a little bit hit and miss tonight. 𝐿𝐼 on the ball. Well, hey, good win. Good win. I was a little bit unsure, not necessarily anxious, but I was just really like puzzled. How would we go tonight? I think the Dogs have been a bit patchy, but they're definitely good enough to show their best. But yeah, I think at the same time, I just don't think the Dogs are really good enough to compete. I'm like, are they good enough? The percentage really sums up their season a bit. 92s, it's the 5th lowest in the league. And it's shown a bit tonight. They've lacked some quality, really missing Sam Darcy. But then again, they don't have much on the injury list. It's great to see us win, but not necessarily through the slick skills whatsoever. I think our hand passing's been pretty good. Our kicking's been a lot better, building up the play, which is nice to see. Not having to force the hand pass when it isn't there. That's been pretty much week in, week out, where we've just forced hand pass when we haven't really needed to. So I think feels like we've sort of got the balance right tonight with, kicking or hand passing when we needed to. Chant from outside 50. This will help my fantasy and super coach. No, he's put out in the full. Damn it. 10 seconds to go. But no, happy with the win. Good to see it off the back of some real good pressure and intensity. There was a lot of times tonight where the Dogs were just swarmed. They get the hand pass out in the space. Bang, they were met by a couple of Swans. That's really good to see. That's the aspect I think that ultimately needs to improve the physicality and pressure side of the game. As we get the job done. Convincing in the end by 35 points. Thank you very much. We will continue to march our way and maintain our spot in the top 2. I mean, even if we lost tonight, we'd still stay in the top 2. But keep the buffer going in the top 2. And, geez, is it going to be a game next Thursday night? It's good to see no injuries from our front of things as well. That's important because we've got the short turnaround against Fremantle next week. So it's good to see us get the job done against the Dogs. And perhaps it's bigger fish to fry next week against Fremantle. That'll be a game. Adelaide back at the SCG. Giants over in the Western Sydney. And then the Saints, that will be at Marvel, obviously. And then Port Adelaide will get at home. And then I think the last 2 games, we've got Essendon and North. So it's sort of a team strength-wise, on paper, it's a fortuitous end of the season. We don't want to take any opponent lightly. Dogs, yeah, big opportunity missed. I mean, they just clearly weren't good enough tonight. I suppose the second half, they were pretty even on the scoring shots, but it just didn't really feel like they'd be a chance to get back in the game. Didn't really have the quality or the class. To be honest, it was a bit of an ugly night all night long, really. With even our inside 50 entries were pretty vanilla, a lot of long bombing and etc. But again, win built off pressure and intensity. It's nice to see. Many solid contributors tonight. Felt like we've got an even contribution across the board. Let's have a look at the team stats first. Inside 50s, yeah, plus 20 in our favour. Clearances, yeah, pretty even. It's that classic case. As long as you sort of break even in the clearances, you can, you can try and outdo them with quality, and that's what we did tonight. 14-9 in the centre bounce. Stoppages, though, -8. Yeah, it felt like they were able to win some clearances a bit too easily at times. Richards was pretty big with the clearances. Let me actually have a look, see how many he got. Yeah, there you go. He had 8 clearances and Bontempelli had 9. So them two went to work. But really, since when they got their clearance, they weren't able to really get the quality going forward. So you have those sort of nights where you dominate or win the clearance count, but you just don't really put it to good use. Felt like that was the case tonight for the Dogs. Hit out 70-29 as well. How about that? Grundy had a massive performance. 61 hit outs to his name. That's crazy. Contested ball, +9. We're really, really sound down back, I thought, as well. We weren't fumbly, weren't panicky. Under pressure, we're using the hand pass as well. That's what I really liked tonight. We looked settled back there. And again, I thought when I saw Rampy back into the team, here we go. Here's a chance for a bit of stability because it feels like we play our better defensive performances this year with Rampy back on the side. I think it's pretty important. 14 marks to 5 inside 50. So there you go. That goes to show a bit of the quality. Able to hit our targets just that bit better. And then the Dogs, 13 goals, 7 goals, 13. So 25 scoring shots to 20. I'm sure the expected score may be a little bit closer. But to be fair, we left a few opportunities out on the table as well. But we'll take the chocolates. That's handy. Just keep on crowding the buffer in the top 2. Hawthorn, if they win, they'll, go back to 6 points. If they win tomorrow, we'll be 6 points clear in second. Thanks. Thanks for the kind words, Aussie, mate. Another great stream. Please support hit the like. Make sure you like, subscribe if you do enjoy, lads. Let's have a look at some of the play stats. Yeah, felt like we've got an even contribution tonight. Kerner obviously started the show. What a performance. 14 disposals and 6 goals. He loves feasting on these doggies, eh? Granted, last time out it was an easier matchup on mostly Gardner, but he had a full-strength Dodge backline out there, to be fair, and he feasted on them. So again, like his form's been pretty solid as the season has gotten on. He's contributing a lot more on the scoreboard. Again, like he's pretty fucking solid, I thought, last week, and there you go. It's showing. He kicks 6 goals and dines out tonight. Callum Mills, pretty solid all afternoon with the 16 disposals. Grundy had a monstrous effort with 17 touches and 61 hitouts. Heaney, a solid performance, 27 and a goal to his name. Sure, he'll be in the votes. Gordon, yeah, like 26 touches. He's going by, I think. Nothing crazy from Gordon. I feel like he's just doing the job, really. He's showing some nice touch here. He worked hard to get his possessions, of course. Plenty of time around the ball as well, but... yeah, not really seeing much of the getting it out in stride, getting out the front, going inside 50. Didn't really see a lot of that. So a lot of it I felt was sort of on the inside. And there you go, like, 9 of his 24 possessions were contested, and just the 2 clearances to his name. But yeah, certainly not at the peak of his powers, and that's understandable. He's coming back into this point of the season where it's sort of hard to gain form. But again, I'm hoping Gordon will be important for the long run. And yeah, like when at 57%, I feel like his disposal isn't at his absolute best as well, but it's just great to see him out there. That's the most important thing, and he's working hard. Yeah, providing us some good handball receive options too around the ground, which was pretty noticeable. Blakey, a good performance, 26 touches, went at 76%. Yeah, had some nice kicks inside 50. Liked his performance. Marty Roberts had a really solid evening. I thought he was sound on the wing. That's the Matty Roberts you know and love. I thought he was reliable all night with his disposal, held his width nicely, tackled well. I think he was one of the individuals who felt like he rarely missed a tackle. 19 disposals for Sarong. Won some important 50-50s for us all night long. Sheldrick's game was really solid. A lot of contested ball, a lot of being able to extract it out, clean hands. It's pretty quick in there. Like he wasn't slow. He was zippy with his hand passes. Clearing a pretty solid outing. I think he'll continue to keep his spot. Probably Corey or Hanley will come out for Papley. Looks like Papley's ready to go next Thursday against Fremantle. Kind of has much better performance than last week. And yeah, I think Hanley or Corey, one of them or two of them maybe could be dropped. Carl's shown some right things. I think he'll continue to play, to be honest, unless Bice comes in and takes his spot. Obviously, Wicks is being out. Edwards loved his game. So many 1%ers, and you can sort of tell it. He's got 31 fantasy points and 79 Supercoach points. So a lot of that has to come off 1%ers and stuff. Had a big performance. Bailey Dale had a night out for the Dogs, 32 and a goal. Yeah, it was a bit of a lone wolf, to be honest, with the drive from halfback from the Dogs. They really struggled to get much of their transition going all night long. Again, I think that's at the expense of the Sydney's pressure being pretty sound for all night long. Ed Richards, a commendable performance with 29 touches, a lot of clearances. And yeah, you were able to, like Bont and Richards, they won a lot of ball at the source, but no, were able to win clearance. But yeah, just not much was able to come off it. Riley Sanders with 20 disposals. Joel Frazier, yeah, a bit of an okay game, really. 16 disposals. Obviously a far cry from his 4-goal effort against us last year. And that's important. Like, if you keep Bontempelli quiet, you can keep the Dogs quiet. I think that's what we did well tonight. We were able to shut down their stars for the most part. Just the 19 touches for Bont. So that's the first time in a while where he's probably got sub 19 touches. So there you go. There you go. Bloody hell, my stats have just disappeared. Norton had a bit of a mare, to be honest. A few drop marks, a few missed opportunities. Buku had a bit of an iffy night in defence. Had some decent 1%ers here or there, but yeah, the defence was soundly beaten tonight, I think, from the Swans. So we'll take the victory. 3-1 votes. I'm going to go... Oh, I've got to be 𝐓𝐴 𝐼𝐻𝐿 with the 6 goals. Monstrous performance. Heaney for 2. And Grundy for 1, I think. There wasn't really any... Wow, he had a game of his life. Just all really solid contributors across the board, I felt, for us tonight. So I've got to say, a nice, comfortable win for your Friday night. 35-point winners. Big game against Fremantle next Thursday night. That's going to be a tough one. Short turnaround. We'll see how we go. To be fair, Fremantle actually have a shorter turnaround because they play tomorrow. So does that work into our favour? Maybe it does. But a good night of footy. No injuries as well. That's handy. Yeah, smiles all around. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you like, subscribe if you do come to enjoy. Doggies next week against the Eagles. That will be, I'm assuming they will be at home. And then the Suns, Richmond, Fremantle. So they've got some tough trips on the road. They've got Fremantle away. They've got Gold Coast away. And then they've got a few gimmies there against Geelong and Richmond. Northern Richmond, which they should win. Quick look at the live ladder as well. So the Dogs will retain their spot in the 8s because, well, North can leap them if they beat Port, but the Pies can't because they're 6 points behind. But yeah, it just feels like the Dogs, with how they're playing, they're sort of just going to be hovering around that wildcard range. I think they're sorely missing Sam Darcy at the minute. He's such a critical player for them. But yeah, Sydney too strong tonight. Winners by 35 points. Thanks for tuning in, lads. Always good fun streaming the games. Have a good rest of your night. Take care.